streaming.
And then go to the live. I think you're just going to have to hit go live here.
I don't know how to do that.
Refresh.
Where?
Sorry.
I've never had to go live on YouTube since they changed it.
I know. We're not doing the logging because I don't want to fuck with the two computers right now that one logged in. We live.
We are live?
Okay.
I gotta pop my chat out. Pop out chat. Here we go. I popped up with a chopper.
At the pop-up.
At the pop-up. Look at Josh. Did you see Josh on stream by accident yesterday?
Yeah, what happened, bro?
Yeah, Josh. Get close to the... Yeah. Sit your booty down and tell us what happened.
I'm going to give a quick recap because they asked me at the end of the day and they didn't let me answer the question.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Way back in the day when we were streaming equipment at the old office, we kind of went through this where we had to stream on private to test out the new equipment. And I did everything I was supposed to not to go live. I copied the stream key. I put it in OBS. I sent the private link to Yuri. I went live and I assumed, hey, we're on the private link. And I went out. I waited for Yuri to get on. I went to go get some boxes. And lo and behold, we were live on at the end of the day for about 5 minutes.
I mean, you guys came about as close as you could possibly get to having like an accidental cancelable offense.
Yeah, we didn't say
there was
anything
there was a
crazy.
Hitler joke.
There was a Hitler joke.
Now it was not a pro Hitler joke, which
There
is
was
very good.
A Hitler comment, I think,
Referring
more than
to
anything.
Germans as Nazis is a bit dicey.
But when you're a Jew, I think you can kind of get away with it, right?
And I think I was responding.
That's
I
like
don't
being
even
a
think
black
I
dude
was-
and being
I'm not
like,
saying-
these white people.
Not only that, I am part German. Let the record reflect. So it's like,
Yo, why am I saying let the record reflect
it's
now
so
instead of
catchy.
saying let the, because I've been saying for the record my whole life. And now it has become let the record reflect. Shout out to Smack, the most influential linguist in the history of American media.
Beyond having a cancelable offense, what if you just like farted or something?
that would have been funny. Or I was just like picking my ass or.
So many things could have happened.
Right. They could have gotten some pretty crazy screen grabs out of there.
Yeah, what if you like told some, like what if you had like a gay thing going on with one of the employees and you guys just started making out and grinding on each other super crazy in
That
here?
would probably be the most extreme version of
Like
what
you
could happen.
Yeah,
guys
what
just
if?
do this
Yeah,
all the
what
time. You just like are getting it in the office at all times, and then all of a sudden,
And I'll be real, like Amazon came, I went and got those boxes. I totally forgot I was even doing the test stream.
right?
Like I kind of forgot that Yuri was on hold and he's calling me at this point saying, hey, you're on live. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Do you ever like sneak away into one of the other rooms with Riley and just have a little kiss?
Yes,
For real?
sometimes we do.
Damn, I would totally be doing that with Lena.
And sometimes I'm worried that you guys just have like, office cameras everywhere and you're
Sounds-
rewinding the footage to see me kiss Riley or something. I don't know.
Sounds like a plug talk waiting to happen, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Oh no, that
Not
is a
in
good
here.
idea though, to film a plug talk but make it seem like it wasn't intentional
By
Like,
accident.
It's just
Oh,
a
it's
no
like a
jumper
porn script
interview,
or
and
whatever?
then you just switch to the nanny cam, and all of a sudden you're hooking up. But the thing is with adult content is that you start to realize like the filming is kind of everything.
That's true, I guess.
Like the filming kind of like matters so much that you give up a lot in exchange for filming. Okay, so can we talk about what we're doing in here today and what the whole idea with this is?
So apparently we're sitting here reacting to this whole Brittney Griner. I said Renner earlier.
Well, I wouldn't say that's the focus of it in general.
Well,
that
Trending
may be
topics, right?
today's news, but I think in general, the purpose of this right now is to
yes.
use this space to make sure that everything is running smoothly, because this is basically for the people at home who don't know. In the No Jumper space, you have 3 different studios. Now, only 2 have been operational up till now. You have the set where we do Disconnected at the end of the day, No Jumper Show, Monday Show, etc. And then you have the other set in front where I would do like the majority of my interviews. Now, obviously, we kind of do whatever in both spots, but this is the 3rd space. People don't understand. This is the 3rd space. Now, are we married to these camera angles? No. But
But also, out of all the computers that I built for this new warehouse, this is like the most expensive and most powerful because
how much we talking?
altogether probably like, I don't know, $5,000 to $7,000 or something like
God
that.
damn.
But all the other ones were slightly less expensive, but I knew that this one we would be gaming on, doing other stuff on. So I was like, all right, this one has to go crazy.
Even though I almost never use my computer for anything that is all that taxing, I still love the feeling of having a powerful computer. And the other
Yes.
day, I had to like run something on my computer while I was getting coached by my poker coach, and it like worked really, really fast. And he was really impressed by the speed of my computer, and I was just like, yes. That's just
Shout
kind of
me
where
out.
I'm at. Anyway, so okay, one thing that we've been kind of talking about in here is just doing more streams and possibly even kind of like making this how we do the news. Because
that would be an interesting way to do it.
right, because I mean, we go and we film the news in the main office and everything, and then
Yeah.
we chop it up into the Snapchat show and the YouTube stuff and everything. But it's kind of like, I mean, we could just be live streaming it and just set up like a couple different cameras and then just edit it down and kind of make it more interactive
Yeah.
for the audience potentially.
I feel like that format is just blowing up on YouTube. Like, look at Ludwig or anyone else. It's like or a Moist Critical. They're all doing news content, but it's kind of just a streaming angle. They're sitting in front of their computer and they might bring up an image or something like that. But it's mostly them just talking.
But it is
That dude's funny, Moist Critical.
Yeah, he's funny as hell, right?
Isn't he like super small?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 5 feet tall apparently or something like that.
I didn't-
really.
you
I didn't
can't
know it was
tell,
that
though.
small.
He doesn't
you
look
can't tell.
because we only see him sitting down. Like,
Yeah, apparently he's really, really short. But
And
he's
he's jacked though. Like he's super diesel.
he's not jacked.
No, he's super jacked. Like he
But
is
no,
strong
like,
as hell.
okay, so
Are we thinking about the same person?
He has
Yes.
body dysmorphia about everybody.
Yes,
for the record.
clearly.
This is
Google him
part
real
of you.
quick.
He has my body's like
Google-
shape.
Google like Moist Critical Gym or I'm telling you, like he is super jacked though. Like he is jacked as fuck.
I've never seen such a photo.
Nah, bro. Like I seen
Josh, can you remind me
Yeah.
what button to press to make this go up on the screen?
I
again?
seen Destiny like damn near like salivating and over that like gym
Where'd
picture.
Josh go?
That
What
dude
the
is
fuck?
not jacked, homie.
No.
But I heard he does have a bad bitch though.
That is not even him.
I have no idea how to
Yeah.
show the screen.
That looked like right there.
And what screen are we going to be showing? That one?
Should show. Wait, hold on.
That one?
Can you open up OBS so we can see what we're looking at?
No, I don't know how.
There you go. All right. So, yes, it opens.
Oh,
the
so I
back screen, you gotta
put it up there. This is Moist Critical.
That's not him, is it?
Nah, come on, bro. Hell no. What the?
That's a Halloween costume.
Yo,
fool.
that was beef now, bro.
Okay,
now
well,
he's about to.
I talk to him all the
Adam
time.
Jumper
He's,
K.
he's in a
This is
group.
a full camera?
So that's back to normal. Okay. He's in a group chat that I'm in. So I get to like.
YouTuber Illuminati.
No, well, it's just like when you're in a group chat with someone, you get to have like a fake friendship with them, you know?
Yeah.
Where like, oh, okay, like, you know, I sort of kind of feel like I have some kind of relationship with this guy because I
Come
can.
on, he's jacked. Look at
Sometimes I say something and he will see it as well as like 10 other humans.
Dude, being really,
That's
really
friendship.
being really, really skinny and flexing as hard as you can is not definition.
Man,
of
come on,
jacked.
nigga,
in
he's
good
jacked,
shape.
bro. Be
What am I
real, bro.
pressing?
Like he's
The,
jacked.
the bottom reaction button.
He's in good shape.
no,
Reaction?
yeah,
Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
You cannot hate on that.
Wait,
Yuri.
but now I know that our group chat is nothing but a farce.
No, but he's in really good shape. He has super low body fat. And then look at those triceps bulging out. Now, granted, this is like pretty much the position you would want to stand in if you wanted to make your triceps look good. But
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't no liver king. You know, it seems like it's probably a hard-earned muscle, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess I do have to give him the respect for that. That's pretty
Am I
cool.
tweaking or does I know? I guess it's like a t-shirt tan, but it kind of makes it look like his head is photoshopped onto a different body.
Well, that would be hard if he
He has
actually
a
was
super hard
pulling-
farmer stand.
Well, and he has this like tribal tattoo as well that we don't really know anything about.
Which is super
It's,
sus.
it's pretty funny because you would expect him not to be corny like that because he like calls out corny stuff.
What,
but-
posting this photo? He's
No,
probably working his ass off in the gym.
having that tribal tattoo.
you hating right now.
Oh, but he probably
on
got the
Moist Critical
tribal
Heart.
tattoo before he like, you know, was cool, like on YouTube. He
okay,
probably
okay.
didn't have 1 million subscribers. No,
It
trust
actually
me.
doesn't look like a tribal tat. It
Oh
looks
my
like some
God.
MC Escher type shit.
Now let's investigate
You
what
guys
tattoos
are
he has.
not ready for this conversation because this guy used to be. Whoops. This guy was like the coolest BMX rider in the world. Oh my God, it was so long ago that I'm not even gonna be able to find a photo.
You
All right.
Google's like who?
Abort mission. Yeah, it just shows up a lot of photos of, like random bikes and stuff. This is how you know that you don't really matter. But this guy was like the coolest dude in the world for a long time in BMX. And then one day he had a clip with his shirt off, and I realized that he had this gnarly tribal tattoo. And I was just like, oh, damn, he was probably like whack as fuck like
Throws you off.
6 months ago.
Go back to full cam.
Full cam. Boom. Okay.
Let's
yeah.
go.
It's going to take a lot for me to like really get my head wrapped around this.
You'll get used to it eventually.
Yeah, in theory. But then, okay, so the other like brilliant idea that we have is that we have the studio back here in the background. Now, it's going to take a lot more cameras and mics and stuff, so we're going to have to build out the studio a bit more to actually make it happen. But in theory, the idea that somebody could be recording a verse right there with the producers sitting right there, and they could be having their little conversations in the back, and then we're sitting here hanging out, and then they come in and they play the song, and we all get hyphy and whatnot. I mean, I think that would be pretty pretty good in terms of just like bringing some energy to everything we have going on in here. Because this is part of my whole thought process on this is that it's like we're all like hanging out in the office a lot, having good conversations, chilling, doing whatever. And it's like, it's not being captured on camera. And if we were to want to capture it on camera, it would be difficult because it's like, you know, we're already kind of like, there isn't something live going. And then the podcasts are very formal and stuff. But like when I see Lush and AD and Flakko and fucking Sharp or whatever hanging out in the office and stuff, I feel like stuff like this might be more casual as a way for us to be able to like do shit on camera as opposed to just podcasts.
Like during a podcast, I feel kind of strange, like getting up and grabbing a drink or taking a piss. But here, it just feels like I could stand up. Someone comes in, you know, it's like a, you know.
Of course.
Although you abuse that though for sure when we're
using
doing
the bathroom
when we're doing the music listening stream, not AD, but Yuri and Vel and Flakko to a certain extent, you would think that they urinated like 7 times an hour. They'd just be getting up and going to the bathroom to pee. Like nobody pee. Actually, I know you do pee that much because when we did Tent Talks, this motherfucker peed literally every 45 minutes on his own podcast. I'm like, bro, this is very beta.
Let's be fair.
He's got a nervous bladder.
Yes, he's got a nerd bladder.
But let's be fair though. You have the mental distraction of being able to play poker while you listen to music. As for the rest of us, we're sitting there fully concentrated the whole time, and at a certain point, you're like, oof, I slightly have to pee. Let me get up so I can
I
just
can't
like
believe
take a
this
break
is the
from
argument you went with, is that somehow playing poker makes me have to pee less.
Yeah, because
I assure you that is not the case.
If I was playing Breath of the Wild and I was in the middle of a fucking dungeon battle, it's like I really had to pee. I'd hold that piss for an extra hour until I finish this dungeon battle.
I have been in the most intense poker hands of my entire life with thousands and thousands of dollars on the line, and I've been sitting there with my legs crossed.
Exactly.
Like I have to piss so fucking bad.
That's what I'm saying. And like I don't have that thing where I'm like, oh man, if I stand up, I might lose $8,000 right now. Oh shit.
You're allowed to do whatever you want as far as extracurriculars during those streams, right? Like,
well, it would be cool if people weren't like getting up all the time, because sometimes I'm just like, yo, there's always someone gone because these guys are always looking for a fucking excuse to get out of there. And I get it, because I used to work at Sears. I know what it's like to take a 15-minute bathroom break when you really only needed 3 minutes, and then you just plunk your ass down on the toilet seat and read your phone or stare into space.
I would say
just trying
I'm
to kill
fast
some time.
though. Vel does take like 10, 15-minute breaks. I'm like 2 minutes there and back.
No, but
you know?
but
I
the
think
thing
Vel's
is,
slamming heroin or something. when he's
I
on the streams.
literally sat for 7.5 hours without peeing.
Jesus,
I'm
but
a
also,
motherfucking camel though.
How you do that?
that's what I'm saying.
I used to host rap battles.
Okay, so I was
crazy.
listening to an interview that Tim Ferriss did with Todd McFarlane the other day. You know
Todd
who that is?
McFarlane's the man.
Hello,
House
hello, house phone. Getting his duffel bag caught in the door. How you living, my guy?
What up, house phone?
Come on, man.
See, look how casual we are. You can't do this on a podcast, right?
There's way. Isn't that a woman's bag?
That's hard.
Here, should I switch seats to house phone? Here, you can take my seat, house phone.
Yuri's got to pee.
Oh, what the?
Oh,
what the?
yeah.
Hey, yo.
No, wait, there's space for all of us.
That's that good gay.
Oh my
Yuri
God,
got to pee.
This mic is crushed.
What y'all listening to?
If you piss your pants as a result of
Pop
that,
topics
that's
and
gonna-
shit.
Hey,
I
we're-
thought y'all were listening to music.
No, we're doing that at 4 on Twitch. So
I'm gonna get
everybody,
the fuck out of here then. Fuck
Everybody
y'all.
better follow
I thought we were
us.
all gonna kick it and chill.
I'm about to do an interview.
With who?
Vince Ash.
Okay.
I love it.
That's dope.
I don't know what that is.
You know, hey, you know what I just hit when I'm doing the history of No Jumper right now, and I just hit the Hurt Boy AG interview. Was the first interview that I did in 2016, and the reason why it was notable was because he talked about how Vince Staples and Joey Fats stole his laptop. And then like the comments are roasting his ass hard because like the way he tells the story of the laptop doesn't seem like it really makes that much sense. And I think the reality is, I think he paid to get the laptop back from the Crips.
Well, because you got to think about it, bro. That nigga was making a lot of legendary beats back at that time. So if that laptop came up missing, I could only see that it was probably very valuable.
See, I didn't think of that. I was thinking that they just fucking, that they probably just.
Oh, no, I'm talking about it was very valuable to him.
No, but I feel like, okay, good point. It was valuable to them. Yeah, they probably didn't know.
So, yeah.
What producer was it? Metro that got his laptop stolen some years back. So I forgot which producer.
No, you remember like QC had a laptop get stolen, and then they put it out on their stories like, "Yo, we will pay X amount
Sway
of
Lee
dollars."
did too.
Yeah,
Remember?
but that was fake.
The Sway Lee one
The
was fake.
the Sway Lee one was 100% fake.
All right, so I gotta go do this interview.
House phone. I know you
Appreciate
see
you.
the motherfucking unions, dog.
Oh no, I respect the drip, man.
The shoes? Are those are hard shoes?
I know you see the Palace cap.
Oh wait, hold on, house one. I got something to show you right now, actually too.
The Crocs are dope.
But why are you showing him
Damn,
your
the Palace
ass?
Vans.
No, I'm showing him the shoes. The shoes, look.
Those
Oh,
go hard.
Palace Vans.
Someone sent these to me for free.
How much are they?
I have no idea. Probably
lot?
hundreds of dollars, I would assume.
Yeah.
That's
Shout out
good.
to Thrifts BB. Thank you
Why
so
we
much.
both in Palace today? Bro?
Oh, let's go.
Yo, the other day,
Brothers.
I was in Starbucks and a guy came in who was clearly like driving for DoorDash or some shit.
Yeah.
And he fucking was wearing like some like really fly Palace jeans, and I was just thinking like, you're not supposed to do both of these things at once.
Was
Like,
it Flakko?
No, it wasn't. But you're not supposed to wear like $600 jeans at the same time that you're working for DoorDash, right? Like to me, that's kind of like a
if I
conflict
did,
of interest.
if I did own those jeans, I would not wear them to work. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that's strange. Like there's not a big deal about like, oh, you can work DoorDash and afford those jeans. It's not that crazy. But to wear them to work, it's like you'd want to take better care. of them.
DoorDashers can make like between 5 and 8 or 9 G's a month, bro.
With the Uber DoorDash shit, it's
'cause
like the
I saw
hustler
a
mentality
fan-
helps.
I
for
saw a
sure.
fan saying that he makes $2,000 a month in the Reddit doing DoorDash. So it's like-
2,000 a month?
Oh no, sorry, 2,000 a week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many hours you need to work to get those
Hella.
kind of numbers. And then also, this is the thing: is that
Fucks your car up.
Yeah.
it's like if you really take into account the gas and the car and all the wear and tear and everything, I feel like maybe it seems better than it is. But either way, all I'm saying is that rocking pants that expensive while you're driving DoorDash is like I don't think I've seen it. Like if I go pick up my Postmates and the dude's rocking like a fucking Christian Dior jacket, I'm gonna just be a little surprised.
I would think it's like a Mr. Beast prank or something like that. Like he's about to give me 30 grand. And like Steve Dude's gonna come out right now.
You're just dying to be a Mr. Beast guest, aren't you?
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Who's not?
For real, right?
You think your life got any better from going to hang out with Ice Poseidon?
Oh shit! I feel like it got a little. I learned a lot. I learned
It
a
got
lot.
worse.
What did you learn?
I learned like more about like just why. Like there's people always wonder like why he was so famous and how he got so popular, right?
Yeah.
And then after hanging out with him for a week, I really saw like his personality is just like he's like that off camera. You know what I mean? Like he's constantly like this very trolly person who's like, you know, half serious and then like he likes to be like extreme too. Like even off camera, like if some random dude came up and was just like, hey, what's up, dude? Blah blah. Like, oh, you want to go to your apartment and smoke weed? He'd be like, yeah, come through, let's go. And, like he did that in front of me, and I was just like, "Oh,
what, really?
With a
inviting-
random guy?
random guy." And I was just like, "Dude, like he's like this all the time. He just likes to have interactions with people, especially random people, and like he likes ridiculous things. You know what I mean?" And I was like, "This is why he became so popular."
It sounds like he's having like fun in his life in a way that maybe you're not used to, since you pretty much just like sit in your room on stream and like try to avoid human contact.
I don't try to avoid human contact, but unfortunately, I do find myself like at the end of the week thinking like, yeah, what did I do this week? Oh, I spent basically every day in my room. You know what I mean? Like I spent 99% of my time in that room.
Yeah.
You got beans though.
Oh, fuck him, dude. No, he's an asshole.
Well, but then that's how I feel sometimes
I do
too,
like him, though.
where I'll wake up in the morning and work out and then like come in here for 10 hours and then go home and do an hour of cardio. And then I'll be like, you know, normal people don't have to do this. Normal people are just like moving around and like walking on the job. And like somehow like I've got a good job, so I don't have to fucking like walk around. But then I have
Yeah.
to like enforce movement upon myself outside of my job. And then I look at like construction worker dudes and I'm like, oh man, imagine how fucking easy it is to be in great shape when you're like picking up heavy buckets all day and shit.
Yeah, but you get paid to have threesomes, so it's like
Oh yeah, I'm totally aware of how privileged this statement is for sure.
Do you ever feel like you stare at monitors way more than an average person? Because like I've hung out with you for like 5-6 years now, and if you're not looking at a monitor, you're staring at your phone. And even in mid conversation with people, unless it's a very serious conversation, you have your phone out constantly, like looking through Twitter or Instagram or whatever it is. Like you're always on looking at a monitor.
Listen, if anything bad can happen to you from looking at a phone or a screen like 15 hours a day, then I'm perfectly happy to be the test dummy for that.
But do you
know?
follow those rules where people are like, don't look at a monitor like an hour until after you wake up, or hour
I'm looking
before
at
you
my
go to
phone
sleep?
until I go to bed, and then it's the first thing I do when I wake up. And everybody's all like, "Oh, you need to go the first 3 hours of your day without looking at your phone." Like, I would spend the first 3 hours of my day just completely ridden with anxiety because I'm gonna be thinking about how there's 5 million little fires that I have to put up. Half the time when I wake up, there's like something incredibly wrong that is being done in terms of the channel, and I have to flip out and fucking do something to get it dealt with.
Oh shit.
I want to
Did-
know,
did-
like, how would that affect us though, like in the long term, like just like
Okay.
us looking at our
It's
phone
bad for your
24/7.
No,
eyes.
check this out
Vision.
though.
The
Check
blindness?
this out. That's it's interesting you said that. Did y'all see the AI generated
Oh yeah.
thing
yeah.
of what they think human beings are going to look like in the year 3000?
Yeah.
And essentially, due to the fact that we spend so much time in front of screens and monitors, it basically it looks like you look like the snitch from the dude on Recess.
but do you,
like
Yeah.
they're like human beings are going to be hunched over
Yo,
with an extra eyelid.
Lush, one thing. I just want to say this for the people out there. I think that when it comes to YouTube titles and getting people to watch your stuff, it's like short and snappy is great. For the record, this is the title on this stream right now. Brittney Griner released from Russian custody in 1-for-1 prison swap for arms dealer Victor Bauer.
I like
Literally contains so much unnecessary information. Look, watch this. Brittney Griner freed. Wow. So much simpler. We
Wait,
could
you have
literally-
to press edit,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, this is fake.
and then there you go.
Yeah, freed.
Griner.
Look,
No,
I
but
just
like-
I just reduced it by like 90%.
Today though, I have taken that advice though, Adam. Today, like
Simpler
I've
title?
titled in all my shit like 5 words.
You know what
It's hard though.
You know what I believe in my heart of hearts though? I heard somebody say that you need to put a number in your titles. Like titles do better if you have a number in it.
Really?
Yeah, and when I think about it, like if a bad title is like so and so talks about how he got rich. A good title is like so and so talks about how he made $5 million in 1 year. You know, like that's
yeah.
like, or even I don't know, having 2 numbers. I don't know if 2 numbers is better than 1.
Is it
but
because like part 1, part 2? Is that where it
it
comes
just
from?
feels a lot realer to people because it's like, oh, like getting rich could really mean anything.
Yeah,
and
it-
then like $5 million
Yeah.
in 1 year sounds like just way
What up?
more specific. You know?
Sus girl.
Hello,
Here, I'll
what's
get
up? He's taking Yuri's spot. Sus Garib in the building. Live with Adam.
Nah, but I
Flakko,
low key feel that like psychologists though will make like great YouTubers, right? Because they understand like what would make somebody click, you know?
Well, I think about that sometimes. I think that like if I became a lawyer, I could be a really good YouTuber.
A lawyer?
Yeah, because like half the time when I'm watching Academics' videos and he's doing a really good job at sort of like breaking down a court case or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're basically like, you either talk to a lawyer and he kind of like told you a bunch of information that you're sort of putting into your own words, or you just did a bunch of research and you kind of figured it out. But either way, like when you're talking about criminal shit in hip hop, like a lawyer is kind of the best situation that you could have, right?
You had that
Have
one
that.
dude on, the one lawyer, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And he kills it on TikTok and Instagram and everything, just doing that same shit, just giving people updates that they want.
Because everybody's a legal expert as soon as a rapper gets arrested, right? Everybody has an opinion or thinks they know what's going to transpire with the case.
Yeah, and
9 times out of 10, never been in jail in their life.
And people do this like annoying thing, and everybody's done it, including myself, like with the YNW Melly thing, where the cops put out all this information that makes him look insanely guilty. Like, oh, you are 100% going down.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going to happen with this case, but the idea I've gotten over the years is that it's not as open and shut as the cops want to make you think, which is a weird part of the legal system that, you know, the facts matter and everything, but then like public opinion matters as well. Like getting the public on your side, because that's ultimately where the jurors are going to come from
Which
and everything.
sucks because that's not supposed to be the case. And literally it's supposed to be an impartial jury. That's why it was,
You ever had a jury trial?
it's never gone that
usually
far.
I usually take a plea before we get that far.
Never gone that far.
What's your worst case?
Um,
Like the one where you thought you were going to go down for the longest.
it was. I went down for burglary, a strap, attempt, and grand theft of auto.
Attempted murder?
Nah. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, so I don't. I already played to that shit. So yeah, you feel me?
I mean, you don't got to tell us the whole story. Damn,
But yeah, like I had pled out. You feel me? Like I had sat down for like 10 months.
that's hard.
And then pled guilty. Then they let me out on house arrest for like 6 months and like 5 years probation.
I was under investigation for some gnarly shit, but never actually. My worst potential charge is pretty bad. But as far as
Being the biggest coke dealer in LA?
nah, but it was around that time.
Oh, okay.
It was around that time. They tried to say 211 armed robbery.
That's fucked up. They made her cut her shit, but that's jail in general.
Hold on, I'm about to show this.
What do you mean made her? She for sure wanted to, probably.
Okay.
You know, people be attached to their hair when they grow it that long.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, for sure
Especially
they made her
dreads.
cut it.
Yeah, they made her cut her shit for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, look at her.
Oh, she smelled like a motherfucker.
You could see it in her face though that she is fucked up from this whole experience. Oh, she looks like she just like been through fucking hell and back. I don't know.
She's in a Russian prison, bro. Have you seen any documentaries on Russian prisons?
I've been trying not to. I don't want to
They're
dwell
wicked.
on Brittney's condition here.
I wonder if she's in a Russian prison gang now. You know them tattoos they got and all that?
I feel like they weren't fucking with her.
They weren't. I think she was real lonely.
You don't
in
think
that bitch.
Zangief is rocking with her?
They're very...
We're the only ones old enough to get that.
They're super fucking racist out there. That's a very racist country.
Also,
I know.
This news source, RT, that's like the most propaganda-filled Russian news source you could find. That's Russian #1 news.
Russia, Russia Today, yeah. Well, they're like a Russian news organization that allegedly is, reasonable and not working for the Kremlin.
Looks like they got her like at least business select.
Wait,
You feel me?
she didn't even recline her seat. Wait, let's listen.
I wonder, like, how did
We're
the
trying to
swap
listen,
happen, though?
Flakko. Trying to hear what she's saying.
Okay, sure, go
See,
ahead.
look at this scene right here. At first, I was really confused because with the short hair, it's like very hard to tell that you're looking at Brittney Griner there on the left.
Nigga, she's 7 feet. Fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Who the fuck else finna be 7 feet out there, nigga?
I know. It just threw me for a loop with the no hair.
I immediately knew, like,
Yo, why
oh,
does
that's that
everybody
big
else
ass
get
bitch
that
right
fucking?
there.
This is the killer. This is the dude right here. This is the arms dealer that they traded him.
The merchant of death.
That's wild as fuck.
Now let's keep it a stack.
Close the door, please.
I'm really psyched that she's home. Thank God, you feel me? She brought the carts to Russia, survived the ordeal.
Yeah.
It's all good. Now, if I'm the American government, I'm finna feel like I just bought an eighth for $85 right now.
I'm surprised you're hitting us with this argument. I
100.
thought that right-wing Flakko was going to be the first one to tell us that our government is fucked up for this. Let's hear it.
They kind of
No, bro.
She got finesse.
That's not a good. That's not a fair
got
trade.
They were trying to do like multiple crazy ass Russian prisoners for her or whatever because at a certain point, like I think the Biden administration thought they had more leverage than they did. But with it taking this long and them just doing the one for one, I think that pretty much tells you everything you need to know.
And Russia told us, "Fuck you!" Like Paul Whelan is off the table. Bro. They said we would never give him up. Like that's a non-negotiable.
And that's why a lot of people, especially right-wing pundits, are on social media saying like, "Oh, Paul Whelan or Whelan, they're not letting him out, so this is inherently fucked up." And it's like, I feel what you're saying, but Russia's already made it perfectly clear that they're not even considering letting his ass out, right? Yo, I will say that Brittney Griner right here looks like a fucking human being. Like she doesn't look like she's been like completely destroyed by like whatever has happened to her. Can you maybe just do that like under the table or like behind the backpack or something?
My bad.
I
be
honestly-
forgetting where I'm at sometimes.
You know how I feel is that I don't care. But one time when I was interviewing Dub, he did a little pulling up and that shit got age restricted, even though that was the
but
only thing.
it's weed syrup.
Is it?
Yeah.
THC.
I mean,
But
Yo, isn't it kind of crazy how the CIA agents, like, what jobs do they have that this is their position where they're exchanging fucking criminals,
Will they
foreign
get age
criminals
restricted
for
if I
one
roll a
another,
blunt?
and their faces are blurred out? It's kind of insane, right?
foreign criminals for one another, like Brittney Griner is
Here-
just like real serious criminal.
Here's the thing that's got
I
me.
don't
There's only one thing about this that kind of makes me feel really uncomfortable because I'm glad she's home. Fuck it, send this goofball back to destroy several Eastern European countries. No,
No,
not
What's he
really,
going to be
but-
able to do stuck in Russia? They're never going to let him out, right?
But
no, he almost destroyed us though.
yeah, right.
But what did he almost do to us?
No, he was selling Russian
yeah.
guns in America, and basically Russia's going to award him. He's probably going to go have dinner with Putin right now.
for sure he is. But
No, right? But like in like 2008, right? And he got arrested for trying to give guns to Colombian terrorists to attack the U.S. Marshals on ground, right? So like he's a fucked up nigga, and like he's the one too, like and who sold like the weapons to the Liberian rebels to like take over the country. So he's a nigga like
no, he's scandalous.
yeah, like
But-
he's
but-
been known everywhere in Africa. Like he's the one who started the whole blood diamond shit.
Damn.
You're blaming him for the blood
I
diamonds?
don't know about that.
I don't know.
They
but-
gave him blood
yeah.
diamonds for weapons. Yes,
But that don't mean he started the
He
blood
didn't
diamond
start
shit.
it,
He
but-
just took part in the blood diamond shit. If anybody's
We
seen
all know
the movie
General
Blood
butt
Diamond.
naked. You feel me?
I have a question for everyone. I saw someone in the chat say this earlier. Brittney Griner, you think she's going to come back and hit the pen? Like, or you think she's like over it? Like,
Fuck
Now
yeah.
she gonna come back and hit the pin.
She's rolling a wood as we speak. Now-
This
now-
nigga Yuri said she gonna come back.
Listen-
Oh, you mean hit the pin, the wax pin?
Yeah.
She better
Why the
not,
fuck wouldn't she?
She better not come back on some fucking Russian shit and be like, "Oh, now I am against weed." Bitch, come back here and keep doing what you were doing. We got your ass out of there so you can come home and keep smoking
I will
weed.
come home and get the biggest pin sponsorship of America.
Oh, she needs
nigga.
to. Here's
That's
the
the
only
first
issue.
thing I'll do.
Here's
For
the
Brittney.
For
For
Brittney.
Brittney.
Fire-
Free
Smoke that
Brittney.
shit.
They freed 2 Britneys in 1 year. That shit's crazy.
The biggest
Wait, who's
issue
the
I
two?
have, the biggest issue I have with all
He
this,
says who's the other one?
oh my God, come on, is the fact that
Nigga,
there's
I'm lost
still-
too.
There's still people imprisoned in America for marijuana crimes.
Facts.
And like, we need to do something about that.
Predominantly
Okay.
African
Fuck
American
America.
males.
There's people overseas who
in
still-
reality, there are very few people who are locked up for marijuana.
Oh,
It's
you'd
not
be
a
some-
huge trafficking case because Biden passed that shit. What's that shit that Biden passed recently? Should we
They
pull
let
this
a lot
up?
of people out, but there's
Yeah,
still
no, that's-
definitely a lot of them in there.
let's be honest though.
I know some.
Let's be honest. A lot of people who are in the weed game that have a lot of money and a lot of weed to deal with, it usually comes with sometimes other drugs and also weapons. And usually the charges are the weapons or the other drugs.
No, I'm referring strictly to people that have marijuana charges.
Yeah, from like the 90s, early 2000s, late 80s, shit like that. A lot of them were let out, but a lot of them are still
that have
are
not
incarcerated.
been retroactively exonerated for their charges.
But check it out, though.
correct.
In the fucked up states.
Don't expect mass prison releases from Biden's marijuana clemency. And the
Trash.
reason why I heard about this is that, okay, so last week, President Joe Biden announced the largest act of clemency in a generation, a mass pardon for people convicted of federal marijuana possession. So that sounds really good, right? Mass pardon for people convicted of federal marijuana possession. Let's see why it's not so good. As far as bold acts of mass clemency go, it won't lead to many people getting out of prison. In fact, it will lead to none. According to the White House in a report this week from the U.S. Sentencing Commission, there's no one currently in federal custody for simple possession of marijuana. In an article for the New York Daily News, criminal justice professor Barry Latzer walks through how this is possible. There were fewer than 800 marijuana possession cases heard in federal courts in 2020. About half led to convictions, most by guilty plea. And of those, only 160 led to prison sentences, the average being 6 months. So, like, the idea that there are a lot of people getting really long sentences for possession of marijuana is totally not true. It's transportation and distribution cases,
But
right?
did you read what it said? That's literally new cases in 2020, and that also refers strictly to federal court. What about all the people
State.
that are locked up in fucking Indiana because they had like 5 pounds?
Well, then the fucking governor's got to
Wait,
get
hold
to
up now,
work.
bro.
Years
Like,
ago.
Wait, hold up though. But like 5 pounds is a lot though. Like that's
But it's
like
just-
right.
but
Like
the
that's
point
obviously
is
like
that
you're
it's
trying to
now
like define
legal.
But it's
Like,
not
you
that much
should
from
be
a distribution
exonerated,
standpoint. Yo, but look at this. In his announcement, Biden urged state governors to follow his lead in granting mass clemency to people behind bars for state marijuana possession crimes, which some estimates put at 30,000 nationwide.
Boom.
I say that just to say 30,000 is not that many.
I mean, that's way too many.
Too fucking many.
Way too
but,
many,
but it's
bro.
up to the
Freedom
governors
guys.
now. Biden did his job.
yeah.
Somewhat.
No, Biden made it seem like he gives
He
a
did
fuck
his job.
enough to make people
Well, he
to,
did-
to curry favor
No,
with
but
the masses.
he
but-
can't just like step in and say, "Hey, states, do exactly what I want." Like it basically is on the states, and I think a large percentage of the states now you are seeing them have basically freed like all their marijuana prisoners for the most part.
And this is why
Similarly, in Louisiana, the governor noted that under state law, he can't grant the type of mass pardons Biden asked for, and that he would need the state's pardon board to grant its approval in each individual case. A number of states have similar bureaucratic limits on pardon power. Now, I mean, obviously, this is a little bit too in depth for us to like really like. This is pretty in the weeds, but
Well-
I just think that like sometimes people kind of like oversimplify the whole weed thing.
But let me ask you a question, Adam. What do you think is the percentage of people that see a headline and actually click on the article for further clarification?
Right.
Probably like 5%, maybe.
Okay. So
If that.
95% of the people that see that are going to think that Biden just saved the fucking day.
Yeah.
For sure. And who do we have to blame for that? Basically, the media, our news ecosystem in general, because the media is incentivized to get clicks. Like, even what I was just saying when I said that I was chopping down the title so that it would be more simple, like, it was basically like less informative. Even though in this case, it's still 100% true. But like with this title, I mean, the way that titles work online, and this is something I would like to see change. The titles in general, like YouTube titles should be able to be longer. The title, like tweets should be able to be longer in general. Well, they already have been up to 280, but that way you can include more context and more information, which in the case of like news is incredibly important.
It's not just for clicks, though. They are trying to make Biden seem like a good, nice president. They are trying to promote him. They are trying to like.
Well, he did a very nice thing, or he
got a
did something
good
that's at least in the
publicist.
favor of the people right there.
Nah,
Sure
hell
got a
nah.
good fucking publicist.
It's a step.
Yeah, that's it. But
He brought home a fucking celebrity though, right? Like,
but isn't that the way, Adam?
The will of the people.
Isn't that the way that the whole point of headlines is to and not having them be too specific, especially pertaining to YouTube, so you see it and actually click and get more info?
One time, I had a YouTube employee. We were talking about titles, and he told me the most important thing when you're doing a YouTube title is to increase the curiosity gap.
Right.
Make them curious enough to click, but don't tell them everything. Like that's why you'll see an article that's like, you'll never believe what's going on with so and so's new baby. I'm concerned about babies. I want to know, is the baby okay? Is the baby gonna be all right? I gotta click this. But if the title is Julia Fox had a baby and the baby is just fine and everything's going great, right? What the fuck am I clicking for? I already know it's fine, right?
Yeah.
But that produces a lot of fucked up incentives.
Well, speaking of Julia Fox, she used to fuck with a dude. I think his name is
Kanye
Kanye West.
no, not a Kanye topic.
No, it's Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. No, could we? I want to ask you something, Adam.
Sure.
You've had an incredible career, and we were House Phone and I were discussing this the other day. Would you say that we were talking about what's the biggest interview you've ever done? Now, obviously, you interviewed a lot of people before they popped off, so I'm not counting the XXX moments and stuff like that. But the most, so in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, the biggest interviews that you've done, especially with rappers pertaining to like artists, are the time that J. Cole popped up at the shop randomly and you chopped it up with him, and the Young Thug interview. Would you agree that like those are the two most prominent at the time that you did the interviews with them?
That's really interesting. Yeah, the Young Thug one definitely stands out. The J. Cole thing, not a real interview. Well, and the Young Thug one wasn't either. I got like 20 minutes backstage with him. Although
That's huge for Thug.
it was lit. But then the thing is that since then, I'm pretty sure I could have easily got Thug to pull up and do an hour with me. I just like after that 20 minutes, I just never really even thought about it again. But yeah, those definitely stand out. I don't know because you have to talk about you can't be talking about legends because it's like obviously it's easier to get a legendary rapper late in their career.
Yeah, we're not talking about the game later on.
Right,
We're
yeah.
talking about
Like highlight of niggas' careers.
So at that moment,
in their heyday.
when you had like, because J. Cole is still currently top 10 most relevant rappers. We'd all agree on that, right?
Yeah, of course.
And at that time, for sure, he still was. That was 2017. He's probably even higher on the list at that point. And now, and I mean, Thug, quintessential GOAT status.
There might be other ones.
Thug
that you
is GOAT status?
Yeah, but
He's up there.
because you're gonna have a hard time thinking
Young
of.
Thug?
Nah, you spoke.
Definitely.
I
Young
love when
Thug has a
Flakko's on
million
here
kids.
and needs to he needs explanation of like basic facts. How could you possibly question that Young Thug is one of the goats of the rap game right
Come
now?
on, bro.
For the past 15
all of
years,
Atlanta has
10
sounded
years.
like that man since like 2014.
When it
Yeah.
comes to
Nothing about like
influence,
GOAT
it's
status,
easy.
like I'm thinking about like top 10, right? Like that's the cap for like quote unquote GOAT status, right? Like it's top 10. I wouldn't put Thug in no top 10, right? Like
I
of
mean,
all
he's
time.
definitely in the
Top
top
10
10.
Atlanta.
He's a top 10
Top 10
currently,
South.
top
Street
10
rapper.
currently most influential artist in the
Definitely.
world.
He's tripping.
With that being said,
He's probably an ATL GOAT, but like GOAT status in terms of hip hop of all time, you got to put like top 10, bro.
Most
Yeah.
important
Top 10.
rapper of the last 10 years.
yeah, definitely up there. Now, here's the here's
Stylistically,
my
influence
Stylistically,
wise.
not him
bring-
being like the best lyrically, but
Not
influence
the
wise.
biggest rapper. Travis Scott's a bigger rapper, but to me, influence wise, stylistic wise, Young Thug's it.
With that being said, I brought that up to ask you how it felt to have a Kanye interview within your grasp, and then for him to cancel.
That's wild.
I feel nothing, honestly, at this point. Like it doesn't mean that. Like it would have been dope, but I was going into it with a pretty relaxed mind state, which I can't say about some other interviews I've done in the past. I remember when I had Joe Budden on, I was nervous as shit
Why?
because I've just been listening to his podcast and like used to listen to his music for forever. But then when I went to do his podcast, I didn't feel anything. I feel like you go through these things that make you nervous, and then like the second time you do, like I'll be like 95% nervous for something, and then on round 2, I'm 4% nervous. Like it just goes away. And with the Kanye thing, this is why I didn't feel nervous about the Kanye thing, is because I don't think I could take an L in that interview. Because I already know he's going to say a bunch of crazy ass, like, not true shit. And that, you know, I'm probably not going to do that. So at the very least, I feel like, you know, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen him make a lot of good points throughout this whole media run that he's been doing. Like, it feels like it's pretty easy to push back on him. And it's pretty easy to get the upper hand because so much of the shit that he's talking about, it doesn't really seem like he's thought it out that much.
Would you fight back if he was like,
oh please, I was going in there fucking locked and loaded. I wasn't gonna give him an inch.
said, "Oh, nigga,
I
I'm
was gonna
ready."
challenge him on everything that I didn't agree with, because what do I have to lose? Like, I don't. Yes, he's one of the most important rappers of all time. He is without question at a low point in his career, and I'm just not at a point in my career where I'm going to do a softball interview for everybody, for anyone, period. And bro, he just did Gavin McInnes.
yeah,
Like, he just interviewed like a dude who's I don't like throwing around Nazi or like white power guy or whatever when it's like maybe a little bit contentious or whatever. But you know, he hangs out with Nick Fuentes and he just went on Gavin McInnes. You're ready for the smoke. You're interviewing all these guys who are like extremely confrontational.
He's so dumb for that though, right? Like, cause like those guys are using him to kind of say, listen, I'm not a white supremacist. I'm trying to teach Kanye not to be a white supremacist, right? It's kind of like
They're using him as a token.
Yep.
yeah, right. Like,
Yep.
it's bullshit too, right? Because they're kind of like saying, "Yo, Kanye's a white supremacist. I'm not," and they're kind of like using him to kind of like clean up their image some more. And like he don't see that. That's fucked up, you know.
The thing is, if you did press him, he would have just got up and walked away.
Yeah.
Like fast.
Well, that's what he did with Tim Pool.
This is a dude that made Alex Jones sound rational. like you realize what that takes? But I will say this: who's heard the new Kanye little leaked song that came out?
Hey,
Yo,
but one
man,
second,
I heard it.
Vashti, how am I supposed
Fire.
to see this doc that they're talking about that you are uploading?
Kanye's back on his
This one right here, probably.
back on
My
his
nigga
soul
Yuri
sample.
came
shit.
1994 overall fit on him.
Yeah,
He looked like he finna do some high knees in the music video.
On his IG.
Don't he?
he looked like the flyest farmer.
But that song though, bro,
This is
it's
it.
vintage Kanye, man.
It is right. That's what it
nothing.
goes.
Man, that shit was stupid, you know. But
Hey Flacco,
But you put hold on, huh? You put more information in this? Oh, this is just what you upload. Why is it green? Oh well, I can see you. I can see Vashti moving her cursor around on the screen. That's very freaky to me. It's very collaborative.
I thought Kanye was coming today. That's why I dressed like a
clearly,
Republican.
Flacco, I want to know who's this guy sinful and what's he talking about, bro?
Who's
You don't know
oh
who Sinful is?
I'm asking Flacco.
Oh,
who? And Sinful the P.
he made a video about you?
Here, right? So like he's like and he's part of like the manosphere, like the trend.
So are you.
Right? No, right? So I'm like, there's like the main manosphere and there's like the trenches,
Manginosphere.
right? So
The manosphere and the manginas is what
the
you just
fuck
said?
is the
He's from the
manosphere?
manginosphere.
no.
How do you become a mangina?
No, like there's the manosphere, like the Fresh and Fizz Kevin Samuels, and then there's like the trenches of the black manosphere, meaning like they on like the live panels every night arguing back and forth. So he's like a part of that. So I asked him a question about I asked the saint and the sinner a question about him, and I guess like he's upset, but like
You asked him about, because I don't know who this guy is, I don't think.
yeah, right.
Wait, so the people aren't going to get, they're not getting the full taste of this. Look at this thumbnail.
Yeah.
Look at Duno.
I don't even fully get it.
Look at this thumbnail guy and he hates Duno.
never did Sinful chop you up like that.
That's why I brought this up.
Come on.
An hour.
Come
Yeah,
on.
Who the fuck is this
You
guy?
don't know who Sinful is?
No.
You know,
This
maybe
a
somebody.
he a vet in the game.
That's a real pimp.
Sinful a vet.
Wait, so is he just calling out Flacco for a whole
It's a whole hour
This
of
is
a
what he
picture
does
of a
to
building.
everyone.
Bruh, it's-
This is what he does to everyone. He's not picking on Flacco. He does this
Bruh.
to everyone.
bro, like it's like
So we need a
yeah,
part
you know,
two with 33 likes.
yeah, bro. So,
Wait,
But-
so Flacco, contextualize this because I don't know anything about it.
Well,
What's
one-
his argument against you? Why does he hate you?
here, so one,
And that's
I
what
never
happens when you
watched
make
it.
an hour-long video, is that nobody's going to watch it. So we're never going to find out what the fuck he's actually got to say. No offense to this guy.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
which is
under the
why,
wire.
like,
Shouts out
I'm
to
not
Sinful.
even sure, like, why like we brought it up, but yeah, you know,
Shouts
do you
out to
mean?
Sinful, the motherfucking
yeah, like,
P.
That's just I
bro,
wanted
listen, man, listen, listen, my life right now, where, bro, I go home, I'm locked in, and I'm away from all the drama and bullshit, bro. So for Sinful to P, I was told about it. I ain't watched it yet. I'm assuming he's mad because I asked the Sinner a question about why they were beefing, you know.
But so, how are you just going to sit there and lie to us and say that you go home and the bullshit doesn't affect you? Your whole thing is based on reporting on the bullshit. So you're paying attention to everybody else's bullshit, but except your own?
Nah, he's watching. He's
No.
fucking watching.
Yeah, right.
No.
That's like me saying I don't look at the Reddit.
Nah, bro.
I might
like,
look at the Reddit a little less.
No,
I'm honestly down to like once a day. It used to be like 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah, nah, man, bro. Like I'm really focused. You feel me? So like that's it, bro. I try not to even like pay attention to it, man, because I know like I'm gonna speak on it and on my live stream. You feel me? And then it's gonna roll over into like some niggas like clipping it, posting it 20 times. So so I just kind of like stay off it and just try to make content now.
Hey,
but
how about this for a little hypothetical topic? So
Yeah.
I was watching an episode, or there was this whole thing that went down on Impulsive. Does anyone know who?
Oh yeah, I seen that shit, George, right?
The comedian.
Yeah.
Oh man.
George Impulsive walk out. I love having
can
access to
spell
a
shit.
keyboard. I type fast. We're not gonna watch the whole
Oh,
thing.
it's impulsive.
You really have to see.
I love George,
My
bro.
bad. I'm the dumb one.
You really have to see like a lot of this to sort of under. Oh, I think he already walked out at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, his chair is empty.
We got to find the exact moment that he walks out. This is so good.
I did see this. He didn't even do shit. He just walked out.
Oh
he
yeah,
didn't do nothing
it
to
starts with him walking out, so you don't even get to see.
He did nothing to him.
Dude, I watched it, and it's okay. So the George dude, like, I don't know him, right? So, no offense.
Yeah.
But this guy seems like a fucking pussy because he wants to be a comedian. And fucking Bobby Lee is one of the funniest comedians out there. And Bobby Lee is giving him a hard time. He's sort of fucking with him.
That's
but
what he does.
But he's doing it in a way that only an experienced comedian can do, where he's fucking with you, but then he's also being cool to you and like back and forth. And George at one point just can't take it and he walks off the podcast. So this made me start thinking about it because I saw Bobby Lee interviewing Logan Paul talking about what would you do, like what he would do if one of his co-hosts walked out. And I started thinking, I'm like, what would I do if AD or House Phone or Lush or whoever walked out? And I can't even think of a situation in which any of you would ever walk out unless somebody said something like extremely offensive to you. You
Who's
know,
the most likely out of the three of us you think to walk
And
out?
then we might lunge over the table. I don't know if I'm gonna walk out.
Out of me, AD, and Phone, who you think is would be the quickest?
Phone is definitely the George of the crew.
I mean,
George
But
of
if
the
you're
jungle.
a comedian, bro, you gotta have tougher skin than that. There's no way in hell you a comedian. You're supposed to be able to dish, take all that. There's no way in hell you supposed to. Cause like, what if you doing your stand up and then somebody in the crowd get on you? That happens all the time. We can find a million videos on YouTube where there's a comic doing stand up and then he's going back and forth with the crowd and then the dude in the crowd low key getting on his head. Like, what you gonna
Right.
do? Leave your show?
Like, I would look at it as so unprofessional if one of you guys were to walk out, unless the thing that was happening was actually offensive or upsetting enough that it was valid that you walked out, which to me, in this case, just clearly, I know we didn't show the whole context,
wasn't
but
valid.
it really isn't.
he didn't do shit.
He didn't do shit.
Well,
He was just being funny.
Well, here, so I feel like George is hypersensitive, right? So where like he just felt like he was like ruining like the mood and like making things super like cringy and hard to watch. So he just up and left. Especially after Logan Paul like called him out again and said, "Oh, like you're not saying nothing, right?" So he just kind of felt like, "Damn, like I'm fucking shit up. Let me just leave," you know.
But I there's a little chunk of me that feels like George might be leaving the podcast over this.
Oh,
Nah, man.
well,
I don't think so.
so he did apologize to Bobby. At first, Bobby Lee apologized to him because he was just so like
And he took it back.
confused, and then he wound up taking it back. He retroactively
Oh,
took
in
his
the- yeah, I saw
apology
that
That shit
back.
was fire.
But I mean, Adam, what if like one of us, you were hosting a podcast, and one of us like started punching the guest out of nowhere? What would you do? in
Well, I
that?
can't even begin to imagine that. That would never happen. But no, but, like for sure, because I told the suspect that I'm like, next time the more mature version of that would literally be to just walk outside or just walk out and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna be waiting for you outside." That would at least be a little bit more, you know. And again, like I understand why he acted the way he did and everything, but I do feel like a walkout is probably better than an attack, but realistically, probably neither.
It's
are
better for
ideal.
the company.
Well,
for sure, yeah.
And here's the thing, though, just not to, but just to play devil's advocate and try to put myself in George's place. We don't know. People, as a podcaster, one of the most important traits we have is ability to compartmentalize our emotions because we could be going through a lot that day. and then we have, oh, you're on stream in 5 minutes, and then what do you do? You don't want to take that energy with you.
Right.
We don't know what the fuck that guy was really going through.
But yeah, because see, look at this. Wannabe comedian walks off podcast over a joke. This is my boy Jamari. Jamari needs to come in and do an interview
He's
sometime.
fire.
I fuck with Jamar.
He makes amazing videos, but this video has 1 million views, and that's why I first found out about this situation. Then he dropped another one yesterday that has 300K already, or 2 days ago, I guess, and that is about the same situation. But yeah, I mean, like, did you see the other clip too of this George dude where he's like talking about the haters and the fans, and he goes,
I love it.
"I'm in your head." Oh, like, bro, relax.
Like what?
You can never win that battle.
You
though.
look corny as fuck, bro.
No, you can't.
You need
Like you can never win a battle with the fans.
go back to bed.
Not I'm in your head, nigga.
It's
That's
not.
that's what they're supposed to do. They're
Yeah.
in your head, nigga.
Them-
You making videos about
Them
that shit.
knowing about you or having opinions on you is not the W that you think it is. Them
At all.
having opinions about you
It's their
and
job.
liking something that you did or are doing is a better example of a W. Them just knowing about you and hating on you, I mean, these fans are not stupid. Like, sometimes they might get it wrong for sure. Sometimes I see people getting canceled, they're getting hated on where I think the fans are wrong. But in large part, if the fans are coming together to say that you're a dickhead, which in this case, I mean, George, I don't really know you, but you definitely acted like an asshole in this clip. But, you know, you should probably listen to them. You should probably learn from them, because even if there's something that they're missing, clearly they're perceiving something about this situation that they feel strongly about, and maybe you should be willing to apologize or at least play ball.
Was George already like a practicing comedian before he became a co-host?
Yes.
Oh,
He was,
no.
He was brought on the podcast because he was the quote
add
unquote
some comedic
comedian.
element.
That's
Yeah.
literally why he was brought on.
See, when are we going to get that? We got no comedians.
Huh.
Danny
Well, I
Mullins.
mean, Lush kind of funny as fuck.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah, but
not.
he's
a
not
comedian.
I'm low key funny as a bitch.
No,
Danny
for
Mullins?
sure. We
You
got
are.
funny people. But it's like someone whose whole gig is to be
Right.
funny is kind of like a specific thing that we've never really.
Duno?
Duno.
Yeah, Duno's
He,
comedian.
yeah, he is.
Damn,
I'm
you got
gonna
Duno
look this way.
fucked
Yes,
up.
Duno is very funny. Ha ha ha.
Damn.
Duno's got legions
Just kidding.
of people that
Shout out
fuck
to
with his
Duno.
shit.
Bro, the
But when you're-
Halloween challenge that they did.
When you're
Duno's
on a
reaction?
podcast with Duno, do you feel like you're on a podcast with a comedian?
I've never been on a podcast with Duno.
Well, maybe one day you'll get there.
I mean, he's funny. He's for sure funny. But
be
I think
funny.
that he's a personality based comedian, and it's like a specific niche type of humor that a specific community fucks with it.
You're
Super
saying I don't
heavy.
think he's funny because he's white, or because he's not white?
No, I'm saying like, but that his humor is really driven to like
Towards his community.
to like a young Latino audience.
No, because when you watch Duno's videos on his TikTok and stuff, he seems funnier than he sometimes feels on At the End of the Day, where he just kind of seems like confused a large percentage of the time.
I don't think he does like knock jokes. I think he's more of like what's the like a physical actor or a physical comedian where he does things.
Chris
like almost-
Farley.
Yeah, like a Chris Farley, I guess. You know, like the things that he does, like or the things he reenacts or how he does things is like he would be funny in a movie. I feel like.
What cracks me up about Duno the most is his perspective on things, just like the way he looks at shit.
He's 22.
Whether or not we agree or disagree with it, he's a hilarious. I got hella.
22 shit in the ground.
I got hella. He reminds me of hella my homies, bro. Like
Really?
yeah,
Homies even?
my homies for sure.
It's the homie.
Anybody here got a homie?
I got some homies. Nah.
You got a homie you
Absolutely.
need to tell me about?
I definitely RP some of my looks, some of my homies, you feel me?
I meant a homie.
I know. I got some. Yeah. he rest in peace. The GOAT.
Oh,
Jason.
okay.
Jason Palmero, RP the GOAT. He was a real look. Long socks.
Pop up, Gina.
Bald head. One of my closest
Whoa, Gina!
Yeah.
Yo, in order to make this more of a stream, we gotta like freak out when Gina walks in. Do it again. Come back in. We're gonna cut this. We're gonna make a TikTok.
I'm throwing my rock star against the wall.
Rockstar.
I will kill you. Gina!
Gina, it's on a yeah.
They can't see you.
Not the reverse
I think
twerk.
she was twerking.
It was reverse twerk.
I got a little bit.
She was twerking her upper
She was
back.
finna kill it.
I
She
got a
killed
little
it.
bit
hell,
confused there for
She
a
killed
second.
it.
Ah!
Hey, Laura.
We can hear you guys. We're recording.
Oh my bad.
Well, DZM.
Oh, I forgot they're doing an interview right over there, so we shouldn't scream.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I never thought of that till
Hey,
now.
the boss said it.
Yeah, but you own the place.
Right,
So
you own
fuck
the place.
them, really. If you,
Yeah, but if we're gonna scream, it should probably be worth it.
Wait, who's in
I don't know
Yeah,
if,
what?
if just celebrating Gina's arrival is worth ruining the other podcast.
Fuck that interview. Lush wilding.
I mean,
today.
she did twerk her upper back for us. So, you know, there's always that.
Not her upper back.
She got a smooth back. Where's what's his name?
YNJ.
YNJ.
Yeah, he's the man.
He had a wave, man. I got fire YNJ interview out there.
Everyone stole his flow. It's kind of crazy.
YNJ.
Detroit is all about stealing each other's flows.
YNJ was super ecstasy induced.
Man, a lot of niggas
You
stealing
think?
flows
Oh,
around
yeah.
this.
See, I always thought that about Black Boy JB.
For sure.
Because in those videos, he's just fucking like the old videos. He was dancing so crazy, and I remember the person who put me on to Black Boy JB said this dude be off mad ecstasy. That's why he's dancing like this and shit. And then I asked him, and he was like, "Nah, they're tripping."
But like, I'll say that Memphis has by far.
They just dancing out
They
there.
have the best dancers I've ever seen. Like, I love that whole style of you feel me, bucking and shit. And
You don't dance?
Better than the Bronx?
Who's the
Oh,
best
you got
dancer
it?
in here?
Thanks, bro.
I can't dance.
I
You
don't
see me
dance.
dancing in
You don't
music
dance.
videos.
You're too tough for that.
Nah,
I just
hell
pull up
no.
my pants
You didn't
and-
see
Gangsters
me in
don't
my
dance,
music
we
videos.
boogie.
It ain't I'm too tough for that. I just can't dance. I be dancing in my videos, I guess, if you could call it that. You ain't seen me in ABG Neil YouTube video?
Oh, you did
video?
do one with him. I forgot about that.
We was fucking it up in that.
Damn, you're
motherfucker.
one of the only people.
I went to
who-
Harlem.
You got a feature from ABG Neil after the ABG Neil jumping.
That's my dog. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
I was asking Crime Life Cast
You
about
feel me?
that.
I saw
my
that.
boy.
I saw that.
Crime Life Cast was getting kind of spicy because I asked him like how he felt after ABG Neil got jumped.
I watched it.
and his response was basically that he felt so betrayed that he got beat up because you're supposed to be moving around with the blower on you, bro. Like you're supposed to go out shooting. I was like, this is a wild world I'm observing right here, where you're like really let down by your homie because he got beat up.
Well, he was locked up at the time when
Yeah,
he found
yeah.
out the news, and
Institutionalized.
it essentially made like it was a huge blow to both of their momentum and careers. So he's like, "Fuck!" Like you supposed. Not, I didn't even take it as you supposed to be blowered up. I took it as you supposed to at least have people around you so you can't get caught slipping to that degree.
Okay, but if I get my ass beat, then do you feel like you just took an L?
If I don't do nothing about it,
Now you
Shit, I
definitely
done got
right.
jumped
I-
before, nigga.
if anyone in this office get touched, like it's up with whoever do that.
If someone in this office gets beat up, it's definitely a thing. Now, I'm not saying that I'm 100% sure about how it would play out, but man, I can't even imagine the group
Hey,
chat.
If
the next
you get beat up though, like
below it.
Yeah, that's
an
what I'm
L for
saying.
all
If it
of us, though.
happens
Like,
to
that's an
me,
L
then
for like the
it's
whole
kinda-
brand, I know, right? Because
kinda a
like
bigger
that
deal,
point-
right?
Shout out to ABG though. That's my dog.
No,
Like,
yeah, shout out.
That's my twin. You
Hey,
feel
and
me?
it happens to the best of us.
and
Facts. It happens when you outside. You will do something to niggas and shit will be done to you. I didn't put hands and feet on niggas before. I done had hands and feet put on me before. That's how I go.
And the thing, all of us are trophies to whoever don't get along with the people that
Facts.
fuck with us. So it could happen.
Facts.
You feel me? Like
That's why I keep below.
blick on me.
Allegedly.
But check this out. Look at like this. Look at that thumbnail, man. This had me as a grown man like, damn, it would be cool to be a blood.
This-
This nigga, man.
that
Stand outside this store.
yeah, I went
match
to New York
with the
and did a
homies.
video with him. We
I,
went crazy.
I miss ABG Neil being like in
my
the mix.
boy.
Like,
Look at that zesty thumbnail. No offense.
Man, stop playing with the homie.
yeah, I
with
wonder
the
if
homie.
that song's fire that popped in Panicking. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, but you know that this was a weird thing for the coalition of various gang members in New York because Crime Life Cast gets locked up, but he has this popping song Forrest Gump with ABG Neil, and so then Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. I don't know how well they knew them, but they pop out and they do the free Crime Life Cast video to the Forrest Gump, remixed it, and then who knows what happened after that?
Well, it's just funny, like to think of if Neil was coming out now,
China Mac.
how much would he be a part of
know.
this like drill explosion in New York?
Who? Cass or
Both of them.
Now they're both free.
They both. I'm saying, but if they were just coming out now, you feel me? Because like they predated that wave.
This
You know
is
what I
true.
mean?
This is true. I don't know though. Like the game is as such that like, you know, Suspect knows this, that there could be some shit popping off and you could totally be like the stylistic fucking forefather of that shit. And realistically,
It don't matter.
how likely is it that you're going to get credit for it? You know? Like let's say that like, you know, 10 years from now, podcasting is still just as big, but there's like, you know, 50 podcasts way bigger than No Jumper. Will people talk about like, yeah, Adam was one of the first hip hop podcasters? Sure. Yeah. Like they'll mention it. here and there. They ain't gonna be fucking they're not gonna be
Nobody cares
hanging my
about
name up in the
originality,
rafters.
though,
Yeah,
bro.
people don't care that much. They just keep it moving, bro.
Like they just care about who they heard with it first. They don't care if I made it. They just care about whoever the fuck they heard first with it. It doesn't matter if whoever they heard first didn't create it.
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
100%. So, yo, Flakko, can you give us the update about your boy EDP?
Yo, listen, man. So shout out. Well, no,
That's your
fuck
boy?
him. No,
Wait,
You mean-
wait.
Fuck him.
Whoa,
Fuck that
nah,
nigga.
You
talking
was
about
finna
King
shout
Croc?
him the fuck out.
Who, King Croc?
Yeah.
He was finna shout out
Yeah.
EDP.
Yeah,
Nigga.
one.
You don't know about EDP?
Yeah.
He's a
You don't know
freaky
about
ass
EDP?
nigga.
Oh, we about to put you on.
He used to be like a
Yeah.
diehard Eagles fan.
That guy.
making odd ass
That-
videos.
that's
and he
your
came
boy?
out grooming
No,
children.
no, hell no.
That's
right?
your
his
boy,
boy.
Flakko?
I heard he's from
How's it
Liberia.
my boy?
It was coming out his mouth.
No, well,
Pause.
listen, right? So one, like somebody from his I guess associates and shit like that, like reached out and asked, yo, would you interview him? I said one.
Hell no.
Wait.
I can't stand this to that
Wait.
motherfucker. I'm not
Wait.
ready for that smoke.
Wait, right? I said
That's a
one.
optically, no, that's
not
not
a
a
good
table
look.
I want to be at.
Yeah, that's not a
If
good
I
look.
can just roast his ass like for 2 hours, then yeah, cool, right? But like two, right? So pretty much for this shit is,
No, he didn't.
right? So two, right?
He want to roast somebody for 2
Right.
hours.
It's some girl, right? That like he started talking to because he was just randomly added to like a group chat full of like high school kids, right? Because they were like trolling him and shit and on Instagram.
Oh my God, kids are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That is such a great idea. Just add EDP to your high school group chat.
That's freaky.
So
Out the high school.
Yo,
group
kids are
chat.
thinking of funny ass shit that I would have never thought of.
yeah, right. So once he got added, this girl and on the right, like automatically start saying, yo, EDP, I love you. Can you make me famous? Can you date me? Et cetera, et cetera. So the EDP being
fucking
like the
idiot.
pedo he is, and he started to kind of, engage her and started texting her and started talking about how like he wants to marry her, kick down her doors and bring her flowers, et cetera, et cetera. So then she went on his live stream and he sort of like ignored the fuck out of her and acted like nothing was going on after she told everybody that she knew him. So then after he pretty much ignored her and on his live stream, she got mad and told everybody that like he was talking to me since the age of 17 years old. And then EDP actually responded back with his receipts where I put the link right there.
17 years
To
old?
be fair, 17 is pretty good for him since he got caught with a 13-year-old last
Yeah,
time.
right, but-
he's working his way up.
Yeah, right. But though, and he like responded back and said, no, she told me that she was 18 years old and and like it's a whole thing now.
I mean, we'll
Do
probably
we really believe his lying ass?
Yeah, because that's the whole thing is that if EDP is innocent in this example, there's
Yeah.
no way that we're ever going to find out that anyone's ever going to care, that anyone's ever
Yeah.
going to give voice to him being
Yeah.
treated unfairly, right?
Well,
Well,
that,
like
that
he showed
dude's a
kind of
good-
proof though, right? Because like, and he showed that her birthday is November 8th. No, sorry, it's like November 8th, and he got added to the group chat November 18th. So he says that like when he got added, she was 10 days into her 18th birthday. But again, EDP is 36
He's
years old. though.
freaky.
Bro, if you're a grown ass man
At
and-
36, why are you talking to high school kids?
Right, like, but how are you even aware of what group chats you're adding people to? Because I swear I look through my DM requests on Twitter every day, Instagram every day, and there's a million fucking group chats people add me to that I never open or look
Ever.
at. Like, why is he fucking engaging with it? Especially if he knows who the chick is, and also if you're EDP. Maybe just like stay away from the 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
at
but
this
35
point.
years
Or
old,
if there's
no.
anything even close, if they're still like in high school or like summer afterwards, maybe that's just not for you.
I think he's not that smart.
Well, clearly, he's also like, he's a sick man. But at the end of the day, bro's a fucking J-Cat. But I thought you was talking about King Croc because you said ED. So I was like, erectile dysfunction, you feel me?
Well,
I thought you said EDD.
King Croc is a P with ED, so he is an EDP in a lot of ways.
Facts.
I'm turning into you.
Come on. I thought he said EDD, but it's EDP.
No, but okay.
Because
So
that's Flacco's man's.
because all right, let's
man,
have a nuanced conversation
said,
about
yeah,
EDP
man.
because
I love King
this
Croc.
is the thing that I've always wanted to know about the EDP thing is he a pedophile or is he just like a dude who is so hard up for pussy that he would just literally chase down any chick who ever ended up in his DMs? Because you'll remember that this other one up there in the corner where this redhead dude fucking ran down on EDP and got him caught up. That was a situation where they made an Instagram to holler at him. Now he went for it, and if I remember correctly, he even like double DM'd like
Isn't that entrapment?
I think that's why there
That
was
was
no
his case.
criminal charges or whatever,
Yeah.
because nothing came from that situation in
But
court.
fuck, I forgot what I was gonna
Well,
say.
basically, that supports Yuri's theory.
He's still a
of him
weirdo.
being stupid.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That like literally, like if that's the case, and he's that desperate for pussy, but he's not doing the checks and balances system, of
House Gerber.
asking her age.
He
and all
had
that.
2 million
Wait, but
subscribers
also-
and on YouTube. He could get pussy.
I was
bruh.
gonna say
I don't know
be-
why. Like, why would you choose kids?
But it wasn't just 2 million subscribers. Before this whole controversy unfolded, he was getting a minimum like 500,000 views per video, up to millions of views per every video he
Just
uploaded.
off being an Eagles fan, right?
Yeah, just being like, a reactionary man. You're telling me that there's no like ladies his age DMing him saying, "Hey, honey, what's up?" Like for sure
Right.
there were normal aged women in his DMs.
And the
He
whole
just like
Right.
that type of shit. That's how you know he has a problem and he needs help.
He doesn't like, from my memory of his older content, he doesn't seem like a total idiot. So that makes me more inclined to think that he's guilty, because he doesn't seem like somebody who's just so stupid that they're just gonna fall for this.
Yeah.
It seems much more likely that like, no, he actually was like pretty hyped when he got added to that high school group chat, right?
Facts.
So let's let him plead his case here. Or
He's not really helping things with that face.
At all.
Reporter for minors.
I would never let that man
We can't
anywhere
hear
near my
goddamn
child.
shut the fuck up.
EDP got exposed again. Bro, you just never learned your lesson, do you? For all you dumbass, ignorant, uneducated motherfuckers out there who believe everything you guys read, see, and hear on the fucking internet, go to my Instagram page. It's the first post. There you go. I rest my motherfucking case. Good.
What is his Instagram and what is?
I sent you the link.
Oh, this is it's up here as well.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
It's on the document, so it's
The document.
yeah. It's like it's EDP
Oh, here we
response.
go.
Yeah.
Not a clickable link. I love a clickable link. Oh, there it is. How is this guy allowed to have an Instagram?
That
I
nigga's
thought they-
freaky as fuck.
How does he have
He's freaky as
742K on Instagram?
No, ads on TikTok.
On TikTok, I meant. Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
incredible.
He like kids. Look at him.
that's
He got that though in a month after
He
being
likes
deleted.
kids, bro.
He looks sus to me.
Look at him.
I would have to read through his comments because I want to know if these are people who are sincere fans of him or if they're just kind of.
There's no way he's not on the sex
Half and
offender
half
list.
though. Like there's like folks who still fuck with him and people who still hate
But
him.
he's not on the sex offenders list, right? That's the whole
He's not on-
technicality
He
about
needs to
this,
be.
right?
You're not on Dead App. You
He's
feel
nuts.
Wait, is that an app for that?
There's the sex offender app, the Megan's List or whatever.
Is there a chance that his
and I call
Instagram-
it Dead App. You don't want to be
What?
on Dead App.
Is there a chance that his Instagram got deleted since you sent me this link? Because this link isn't working.
No. So the girl IG like got deleted that I put there as the last link, but the link before that is EDP response.
Oh, whoa. Here,
Yeah.
No, EDP responding to allegations, then EDP's response to the girl claiming they were
Yeah.
talking about when he was 17. I'm just saying that link doesn't work.
Oh,
And then the girl deleted her profile, but then the link just says Instagram.com/null.
yeah.
That's what I say when it's,
You guys are dragging me out all over the place here, huh?
If you go to like Instagram.com, type in his like name
What? You want me to search up Instagram
.com.
EDP445?
Yeah, it's like the OG EDP 445.
EDP445 vids daily is a real account.
Not hair.
Is that his account? Big Playboy 445?
No hair.
That's-
I'm finna get it for you right now. It's
The OG EDP 445?
yeah.
I think it.
Yeah, him.
We're not going to be able to watch it anyway because we're not logged in. You guys are just
No.
failing me left and right here.
No, look, it is just like it's just the like screenshots right there.
Yeah, I can't click it because we're not logged in.
You got you. No worries.
Huh? The link on the
Yo, honestly, at this point, is no way that he has like genuine.
Yeah, it doesn't
sincere
work.
Fans still, I think that it's just
People watching, waiting to see him burn and crash.
It's people just watching the fucking train wreck at this
I
point.
can't load it
Fact.
because nobody bothered to get logged in on the
Nigga
Instagram.
just want to see him burn and
Josh.
crash. Yeah, for sure.
Tell Josh to get
just wanna
fucking
see
logged
him,
in.
Like,
Yeah.
it's talking about he's dying of kidney failure. It's fucking nuts.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knows their own Instagram
Speed that shit
password,
up. I hope he dies
No,
today.
I don't know.
or nobody wants to log in on the computer.
that fool's.
I know I could look at the computer or at my phone and find it, but for some reason it feels like I'm going to dox myself in the process. Look at how our EDP investigation has been thwarted.
Or or
Like Josh Mannheim. He's out to protect
we can watch.
ADP.
Yeah, honestly, like I don't need to see any further evidence
At
to know
all.
that this dude's a fucking
Oh,
J.
so
Cat.
that-
Just
what,
need to
those
see
are
that nigga's face on his TikTok.
Even if he did,
Those are like the group chat messages.
It's
They're
just more
kids, nigga.
screenshots of him talking to kids in the fucking group chat. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
smooth,
Why did he
bruh.
post this?
He's freaky. Like,
Well,
why
like,
you
in
even
that,
in
like,
a high school group chat, my boy? Remove yourself.
In that, like that, so like in that screenshot though, like she's saying, yo, like
Ass nigga.
I'm 18, which still I don't think her being 18 matters.
Yeah, he's still freak
Since
deal.
like he's 36 years old, you know.
Thank
but-
you. That nigga's finna be 40.
I'd be like,
you are freak deal.
shoot the ID. If nothing
away.
else, if you gonna be
We
that
changed our
weird.
mind, Josh.
We
don't
call
wanna
that
look at it
freak
anymore.
deal.
Yeah,
Like, oh, you like kids?
and
You
there's like
freak deal.
interview
All right.
too.
Next topic right here that we got. All right, so
Pulls a J Cat.
hundreds of songs from artists such as Young Thug, Gunna, Young Nudie, Playboy Cardi, ASAP Rocky, 21 Savage, Future, Saw Baby, which those are definitely the ones I'm going for, and more have leaked today. And so
Damn.
we have right here like a full fucking massive list of songs. I guess I'm not such a rap nerd that I like know that they're about the songs that are out there that the fans are dying to have leaked. This is not something that
This is insane.
Yeah,
That'll have me hot,
Yeah.
bro.
he has a song called Bompton.
That'll really have me hot.
So he's locked up and now he can't even like drop these songs.
damn.
huh?
I need that Dreezy joint. Rich Party.
Yeah. Fight with Pluto, Dipped in Gold, Every Man. I don't know. I mean, do you guys like actually do this? Do you go listen to like leaked music? I don't.
Well,
I could
so,
never. I don't even listen to their albums.
A
Like, I don't
huge
have them.
part. A huge part of like Playboy Cardi lore is like his.
'Cause he
leak.
barely drops in
Like,
his leaks.
In fact, the YouTube compilations of Playboy Cardi leak songs are better than any of his albums by a significant margin. Like he's put out some. I love that shit. Like, and I fuck with Cardi heavy. I've fucked with Cardi since.
And you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it like that one Pissy Pamper. Like that shit never
Yeah.
even came out, and that shit was like viral on like the Spotify charts. And
There's hella versions of Whole Lot of Red before it came
oh
out.
yeah, and you know what's crazy? One of the only songs that ended up being on Whole Lot of Red was that song Neon. All those other songs,
Nudie ain't playing
like,
at all. He wanna kill
had to-
niggas.
He had to make a whole new album basically because the whole album kept leaking.
Same with Die Lit.
Let's just listen to this.
Bro, I don't even play no weird shit like that, bro. So I'm gonna say this shit one time, bro. I don't know if y'all don't know, I'm not like other rappers, bro. I'm 100% finna take my time out to find out 100% who exactly is leaking my music. And I'm 100% gonna pull up at whatever studio it is, and I'm 100% gonna beat your ass on my mama.
Could we agree? Like,
Yeah, he's about to crash out.
100% merch on the way.
I mean, Suspect, Phone, you guys both record all the time. Like, I've been in the studio for over 25 years now. Like, how much of this do you think is engineered negligence at some
Versus
level?
like hackers, right?
It's kind of hard, bro, to every studio you go to remember to bring a fucking external drive and then hound the nigga to be like, delete this shit off your shit and then get your files and all that. Like, you can say that and it sounds good, but my nigga, if I'm not Drake, my nigga, am I really gonna do that? And the 9 times out of 10, you have a good relationship with your engineers. You're not even thinking that. You know what I'm saying? But once you start getting to these levels, you know what I'm saying, where it's millions and millions of records being sold, you definitely gotta be on niggas' asses. Delete all these files, put this shit on my external drive, nigga, and be on heads.
Has anyone ever got turned into a pack because they leaked a song?
Uzi, there was a viral video
Uzi guy,
of
yeah.
Uzi pressing the nigga in a fucking Airbnb. Well, no. Two different Uzi ones. One where Uzi pulled up to the hacker's house that was leaking his shit.
Right.
And then the other one where Forza, formerly of Working on Dying,
Mm-hmm.
when they were making Eternal Take, he was selling leaks to the fans like on
Forza?
Discord.
Right,
Yes.
remember?
What the
Remember Uzi called them out on Twitter.
Uzi recorded a video of them in an Airbnb, him kicking Forza out of the Airbnb. And then he hasn't been heard of since.
House phone. Now that
crazy.
I'm taking the walk down memory lane, making this history in No Jumper video, and it reminds me of the fact that the Ass Pizza interview was basically like done in order to tell the true story of the Playboy Cardi versus Kerwin Frost fight, which I totally forgot. And when I haven't been able to like watch all the old interviews as I like write about them and stuff, but I'm like looking through the comments to just see what the fans mentioned because I figured those are going to be the highlights. And there's definitely a part of that interview where Ass Pizza says that he thinks in 10 years everybody will be saying the N-word because that just seems like it's the direction that the world is going. And I'm like, this prophecy has not really played out too well.
I feel like it's on the way there.
It's on the fucking way.
I would say no, because 2016, if you were a white person said the N-word, it was like a little bit more okay, or a little bit like
edgy,
you would catch a little less heat. 2022, it is going down. Like that was not a good prediction.
Like V Nasty could not exist in 2022.
Dog, but what about like New Yorkers though? They're like the exception to that rule.
And Ass Pizza is a New Yorker, and that's why he thinks that way. Is because if you're a white kid growing up in New York City, at least like when I lived out there, the N-word rules were way different. Every fucking white kid I knew was saying it. And I was from New Hampshire, so I wasn't getting down, but like so many people I knew were.
You can't even say Birkenstocks anymore.
Get out of here.
What about
that's so different over here.
Even that fool, you seen that kid Matty G's before?
Oh my God, you know he died?
No,
What?
he didn't.
No,
That was
he didn't
fake.
die.
No,
he's
he
coming
didn't.
here next month.
Yeah, he just did a Fuchsia's TV interview. He talked about how he didn't die.
Yeah.
Fuck him. He died, dude.
Nah,
No way.
man, shout out Matty G, man.
I was low-key sad. But no, okay, wait.
Matty G's openly says the N-word with no consequences.
literally
I don't think he does anymore. He was burning the Woo flag and shit, man. He was wilding.
Nah, he was wild.
Oh, he dropped his flag?
No, he's dissing the
burned
ops, burning their flag and shit.
Yeah.
That's
Who
how
the
I
fuck
found
is
out
Matty
about him.
G's?
He's
I
like a
thought-
white drill rapper kid from New York.
I thought he was claiming. I thought he was jacking Woo.
No, he was.
Nah,
Jack's
he's
okay,
G's. He's a fucking
he's G's. Yeah.
Matty G's.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Matty G's.
Real quick on the ass piece of shit. He also was like, what, like 16 when he did that interview or something?
Yeah.
Like, so, I don't know. I like coming from someone who definitely was a lot more ignorant at a younger age, you kind of like grow up and realize that certain shit is
He's
like,
way
just not
different
okay.
now. He's not the
Yeah,
same
I feel
person
like it would be no possible way he would agree with 90% of the stuff that he probably said in that interview.
Yeah, definitely. Times have changed. Anyway, let's talk about how stupid soccer is. Dana White.
I agree.
Dana White goes scorched earth on soccer. Dana White is blah blah blah. For instance, White was recently on a podcast where he was asked about the World Cup. This led to a pretty intense answer in which he besmirched the good name of soccer. Overall, he doesn't seem to get the intricacies of the game and has a very American view of it all. As you will read, so he said,
This the most American stupid shit. Man.
soccer, whole other ball game. Can't stand soccer. I think that it's the least talented sport on earth. There's a reason 3-year-old kids can play soccer, okay? You can run around and kick a ball.
I disagree with that.
I have.
When you're,
I disagree with that
when you're
statement.
playing a game where the net is this big, right, and the score is 3-1, are you shitting me right now? Do you know how untalented you have to be to score 3 points when the net is this big?
Then you could say that with baseball, with
Basketball.
hockey.
That's a
That was
terrible opinion.
terrible.
Hold on, can I read what I
the
said
fuck?
on the No Jumper Instagram comment section?
Sure.
I said, this is my response to Dana White. I said, it's crazy that this guy who has created such a juggernaut of an empire and attained success beyond our wildest dreams made himself seem so unintelligent and elementary with this statement. Soccer literally requires athleticism and stamina unrivaled by any sport in the world and is more competitive as well. Whether or not anyone likes it, this is a fact. It's a game played by the world, impoverished to privilege. Anyone who disagrees is deluding themselves.
God, damn, you wrote an essay.
I don't like soccer
God
at
damn.
all.
I do have something to
Yo,
say about
you
soccer.
can't
Let him
about that.
talk. One at a time.
Right.
Suspect, you go.
I think soccer is absolutely trash. I don't fucking like it. I think that shit is boring as fuck because I personally don't like sports where it's not a lot of scoring because it's not a lot of reward for me. It's just like when I'm sitting watching soccer, it's like turnover, 30 minutes later score, turnover. So it's kind of boring for me, but you cannot take away that across the entire globe, there's like every inch of the earth where there's some form of civilization, nigga, they're playing soccer. You can't say some illiterate shit like that. Have you seen the builds of people who play soccer, nigga? They're athletic as
Think about
fuck.
just running up and down that field that long for like that shit is
Crazy.
insane. Yeah, and
Fuck,
I
you
mean,
need no skill.
okay, let's be real. The top soccer players are getting paid what, like $10 million a year?
No,
Way more than
no,
50?
no,
Wow, 60.
more. No, They're getting paid like over $100 million. They're the most paid athletes in the
It's
world.
one of the most competitive sports in the world. It's literally like one of the most played sports in the world. Every fucking
most.
kid in Europe, right, is growing up playing this fucking sport. America, it's huge too. It's like you have every reason, if you have a lot of athletic talent, to pursue soccer and to go hard as fuck with it, because you're going to be able to make so much money, like 100 times more than you could make being a UFC champion.
Facts.
And yeah, like I don't personally really like watching soccer. I didn't grow up on it. You know, I can watch basketball and baseball, and I get the rules. Even football, I kind of know what's going on. Soccer, I mean, I get the rules obviously, but it's just not that interesting to me. But this is kind of like a mind-blowingly ignorant take.
Extremely.
For someone that's intelligent. By the way, I was right. Matty G's was jacking Wu.
Like,
Like,
I
He was?
get that.
yes.
But he burnt the black flag that one time.
Bro, like-
I don't fucking know. Maybe he's all messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, or I'm messed
But
up.
he was cool with Pop Smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Oh, I forgot. Dude, these buttons are confusing. I got two different pads. There I am. I don't know.
I think that was trash. I feel like it's cool. You can have your opinion on it. Like, I don't take how I feel about something and then just call it as fact. Like, just because I don't like soccer, I'm not going to say it's trash or no, it's trash to me. But I'm not going to say like, oh, it takes no skill and it's this. And then, are you crazy, bro? It definitely takes talent,
It definitely
skill,
does
all
take
type
talent
of
and
shit.
skill, but I feel like soccer pros like besmirch their own name when they do those like fake calls where they like get slightly touched and they run like screaming like they broke their ankle. There's so
Shit, they
many
do the
clips.
same shit like that. They do the same shit like that in
Yeah.
basketball.
No,
It's
no,
called
no.
La Flop.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah, bro.
That
Like
shit's
it's
lame
basketball.
though. That shit,
It
it's
is lame.
If you look
but
at
that's
others,
in every sport. But I mean,
Not
every
every
sport where
sport.
you're not supposed to do physical contact. Yeah, it is.
Yuri, how come I can't find that link again to the fucking document? Where is it?
I mean, the type of injuries that you get in, Disaster just fucking tore his ACL playing soccer.
Right.
He's got to sit down for a fucking year.
That's crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's how he got in good
ACL?
shape and everything too.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Shout out to Disaster.
Yeah, everyone's
document.
send your prayers up to the homie Diz.
Yeah, saying soccer takes no skill. You just retarded at that point.
I mean, at the end of the day, look,
Why is it
sports,
this hard to find?
like hockey obviously requires an insane amount of athleticism and stamina as well, except for people play 2-minute shifts in hockey.
I didn't know that.
Baseball, look at the there's nothing harder in professional sports than hitting a round ball with a round bat that's coming at you fucking 100 miles per hour. However, they play 162 games in a season.
Okay.
Motherfucking basketball plays 82 games in a season or some shit like that.
Yeah, 81, 82.
81 games in a season. Football, they play 16. So it's like you could see what sports are more taxing on you physically. Baseball is actually the least.
And if anything, the fact that the scores are so low says a lot about how hard it is to score a goal, right? So isn't he kind of like making the opposite point?
Yeah, exactly. The low point shows you how hard it is to fucking score and how good the people are at defending the fucking goal.
Right.
What are you saying now? If it was like a 300 point versus 362, then you could say that like, oh, this takes no skill level. They just scored 300 points. Then I would understand your statement, bro. They have 3 points because nigga, it's hard as fuck to get that ball from one side of the end to the other, bro.
Like
I don't
literally,
understand.
If I was like Flakko, what do they play in Liberia? Soccer. If
Guarantee
I was like Yuri, what do they play in Russia? Soccer. There's more people across the world that want to play soccer
Than anything.
any other sport. So the level of competition is so fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's
This is called a World Cup.
you
for a
ain't
reason.
you ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like
The
it.
fuck are we talking about?
And I can understand people thinking soccer is boring, but
Yeah, I agree.
but to question the athleticism,
It's just blasphemy.
that's like me saying UFC is gay as fuck. You know what I mean?
Because they're wrestling and shit.
Yeah, which is ignorant as well.
He sent the link to.
No, I found it.
Okay.
It's just a question of
I do
why
think
it's so
high
hard to
school
find.
wrestling is gay as fuck though.
Except for especially when
gonna lie.
transgender people win. Like that's what makes it the gayest.
Did you ever wrestle? You wrestled?
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
You didn't
I
wrestle?
thought,
High school wrestling in tights, that's gay.
bro, I thought wrestling was like WWE shit. And
Right.
then, like when
and then when you see the nigga with the little headphones and the tights grabbing all on each other, this is not it. This is not what Shawn Michaels does.
But
No,
here's
not
the
watching
thing.
this shit.
Two things can be true at the same time. A sport can be like totally difficult and badass, and then also gay as fuck.
Right.
Like, that's the reality of it. Like probably being a male cheerleader is like incredibly difficult,
Incredibly
right?
gay.
Yeah.
But takes
Pretty gay.
a mass amount of strength, stamina, all type of shit. But
But
that's
the vibes
very gay.
the vibes are off.
Yeah, but
Definitely a little.
however, you're chilling with a bunch of bitches.
Facts.
You got to look up their skirt.
But that's kinda
they're
gay.
doing the pyramid.
Yeah, but it is kind of gay. They be out there twirling and shit. with
Hey,
little-
except
that,
for-
yeah, that shit kind of gay.
Except for when you like get
The majority male cheerleaders, sorry to cut you off.
No,
The
you
majority male cheerleaders be gay, but I know exactly what you're talking about. The clip,
Yeah.
where he slid the thumb on the bitch and then smelt it when he came down.
Come on, fool.
Lush basically said, "Nigga, I'll be a male cheerleader. I'm having thumbs and cats."
I'm gay. I'm gay as hell. Touching hella box.
Oh my god.
Touching box like a pizza delivery boy.
Hey, that's a big body ass bitch.
Yeah, we might want to talk about this.
That
I'm not
bitch
gonna
swallowed
lie.
a bitch.
That's a
Bro.
big body
I- I-
bitch.
Flakko-
No, she swallowed a cup. That's Majin Buu, nigga.
That
That
Flakko,
bitch look like
she
Majin
looked like
Buu.
E Honda. The bitch is a fucking.
Flakko, you finally met a woman the same height as you. Can you tell me like who this is and how this came to be and like the title of her interview? I'm just
Yeah.
gonna pull this up for the people at home. This is one of the craziest titles I've ever seen. in
Didn't
my
she
life.
fuck like 3 million guys?
That's a big body explorer.
Well, like she says, she has like 400 bodies. Like the last
body
time she
count
counted.
gets aired out in the title. Look at why the fuck is it doing?
Bro, who's fucking her and why?
Why does it just load like that? That was offensive.
Is this
Oh my
getting
God.
hella views at least?
It
No
is
way
doing
in
pretty good.
hell.
I think 1,000 comments. Sagittarius Shorty on getting trained by 10 Somalians, 400 bodies, and giving top on Instagram Live. I'm not gonna lie, Flakko. When I saw this title, I fucking laughed my ass off because
Why?
getting trained by 10 Somalians is a
wild.
hilarious title because
Oh, man.
it's like they're not even like human beings. Like just
Right.
calling them Somalians.
Somalians. Like, bro,
like
what?
they're like some type of like ancient warriors. Like they're not just like dudes. But I mean, it is like an important detail. So I approve the title regardless.
Yeah, man.
That was his
Feel me?
suggestion. I laughed so hard reading it.
Nah. But the next interview though, with like seafood, where he got shot like 17 times, I feel like that right there will also do well. as well.
Sagittarius Shorty on getting trained by 10 Liberians.
Nah, man. But
Coming
she's like
soon.
she's like the most viral chick in Toronto right now, man. Like she's the
Oh, she the new Chromas?
well, like she was Chromas before Chromas though.
You said this bitch is chromas?
Was there
That's
Before
dis-
Chromas, like
that's disrespectful, bro.
Yo.
That's hella disrespectful.
Nah, look, right. So like, it's like there's like weird like IG live streams and shit of her and Tekka before Tekka got on, right? Like
Lil Tekka?
Yeah,
She
bro.
was fucking him?
No, like they were
Oh.
just like on like so. Lil Tekka like got his like quote unquote like break in Toronto. Like he was like just going mad viral and shit, just like fucking with the Toronto influencers.
Okay.
Yeah,
oh, I remember
right.
that because he was on We Love Hip Hop.
Yeah, right. So yeah, right. So like he was like fucking with her and shit.
Do you think she's the white Lizzo?
That bitch look like a
Yes.
Jeep. That bitch shaped like
they
a
call
Jeep.
they call her Wizzo.
I'm not gonna lie. I gotta watch this interview when I get home. This shit
That
looks
bitch is
hilarious.
big.
But so what's her whole deal? She's just like proud to be down to get trained or what?
Well, like now though she's changed her life, right? So
so she's not getting trained by 10 Somalians anymore.
yeah, right. She's been celibate
That's too
for like
bad.
6 months now. She says she was escorting. She was working in like hotels. You feel me? So now she's changing her life and doing the whole YouTube thing now.
Y'all ever had a ice cream cone and then like it gets to like melting on the sides like 3 scoops? That's
her?
bitch shaped just like 3 scoops of ice cream on like an 89-degree day outside, just melting all through the sides.
Cotton
like,
candy ice
Yeah,
cream.
big body ass
You know,
bitch.
it makes sense her being from Toronto with all that because Toronto, I've never been to a city other than Montreal where prostitution is so normalized in society to the point where a large percentage, like I know a lot of women from Toronto. I've fucked with a lot of, and I'll tell you what, I would say 1 out of every 4, me saying 1 out of every 4 women in Toronto has sold pussy at some point or worked at a massage parlor or a strip club is not inaccurate.
That's crazy.
Why is everybody commenting DGG like
we
that?
gotta-
That's some Destiny shit,
Yeah, we
right?
got rated by Destiny, and I got a
He
notification.
rated us?
Wait, I was gonna say I got a notification that says we got a raid from Destiny, and I didn't know YouTube introduced this.
But is that even
this new?
We still have 6,600 viewers, which doesn't seem like
Well, no,
more.
it just went up to 8,000. We have 8,000.
Oh, really?
now. Yes, it went up like by 2,500. Or
Wow,
some shit.
thank you for the clout infusion, Destiny. Yo,
Destiny said some wild shit yesterday.
what'd he say?
Oh man, and I fuck with
N-word?
Destiny. Nah, but he was reacting to what's the dude? Is it I Show Speed? Is that the dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was reacting to that and
I saw that.
said some pretty
What'd he say?
questionable things
He called
about
Speed the N-word?
No,
Oh.
but he said And I kind of get his point, but he just made a crass generalization, which is kind of weird. He said like all the new black YouTubers that are popular scream, streamers. The popular like Sanad and him and all that are all they do is yell a lot. And if you disagree with, and if you think that if he was as mean to an Asian person as that, like that, what was the exact statement?
Basically, yeah, he was saying that, like, you know, all he specifically said all the Zoomer black new streamers, like, they're just known for screaming and going crazy on stream. But to be honest and to be fair, all streamers have been known for fucking being overreacting, doing crazy shit, breaking stuff in their apartment or house. You know what I mean? Like slamming their table.
Regardless
look at
of
XQC.
race.
Look at anyone. Like XQC is known for slamming his table and fucking getting angry. It's like,
and what he said
That's
was
what
like,
they
if
do.
you criticize like what they all do, he said, is criticize white racist people while being allowed to do super racist shit, like going up to a Chinese dude and saying Konnichiwa and Ching Ching Chong or whatever the fuck he said, which was fucked up of I Show Speed. But the way Destiny said it, and he said, and if you disagree with that, I'm sick of you like far left white liberals who disagree with that. You need to like go find a fucking Black Panther to suck off or something.
Okay.
Is what he said.
I mean that's not really like.
Okay, I do think that like certain streamers he's mentioning don't really like deserve that rap necessarily, because I think some of them, their content is kind of intelligent, but you do have to admit that there is kind of like an element where of the new crop of pop and black streamers like Gideon and Kai and fucking Speed, etc. There is an element of it that is just kind of like, let's go out in public and fucking torture people and just like wow out on motherfuckers and like.
Dog, you have Danny Mullen on the platform.
Oh
That's
no,
like,
and he's
this
exactly
is
the
what
same.
White people,
It's one of the easiest
Ice
rackets to
Poseidon.
use to get viewers and to get fans is to basically like go out in public and harass people. Everybody who does the prank thing is basically guilty of this. So it sounds like overgeneralization, but I also understand what he's saying because it is kind of a thing on YouTube and Twitch. Like at this point, it is kind of almost like a cliche. And I think at some point everybody has to move past that. You know, like the Nelk Boys were all pranks for a long time. Now they'll still do pranks, but it's like more thoughtful or a little bit more well thought out.
prank that they just did?
No, for sure. And this goes back to Jackass, right? This ain't nothing new at all. However, like him particularly calling out the black guys for doing it is a little bit weird, and the fact that Flakko's not offended by it shows that the majority of black people probably will
Flakko
be.
has never found
I'm
an example of
definitely offended by
racism
it.
that he was offended by in any way.
No,
I'm
I
offended.
definitely have though, right? But me getting like mad at him saying, "Yo, like the popular ones that's visible, like Kai Sanat and like Speed, and all they do is scream." Come on now, bro. Like at some point, like we have to say, okay, there's truth, and even though it's offensive, we really can't get too butthurt about it if it's the truth, right? Like saying that like Speed, you know, Kai Sanat and the rest, yo, yeah, bro, you know, like they scream a lot in on stream, but that's not a bad thing, you know. That's just what they do.
But that's not. I don't like how he just said like that's all they do. Like
Yeah.
that's not
Back
all
to this
they do.
bitch.
That's just a part of it.
Flakko,
What's up?
did she earn your respect during this interview?
Yo, I got grave love for like Sagittarius Shorty, man. Now, in terms of earn my respect, yo, you know, I definitely do think she's changing. So yeah, right. She earned it, you know, by telling me, yo, I've been celibate now for a couple months. I'm not having sex no more. You know, I'm trying to change my life and grow up.
How did she explain the face tattoos?
Well, like she had that before, you know, like she, you know, decided to change.
So Flakko, if Saweetie just like changed her ways and is no longer, would you get respect for her?
Who, Saweetie?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, listen, man.
What are her ways?
If she
because
comes out and says,
Breaking up rap groups through having sex with the members?
what? No,
He was very vocally critical of Saweetie.
Okay.
Well, that, and then her thinking like it's fun to ruin black men lives, just like for example, right? So like she went ahead and put out like the video with Quavo trying to retrieve his bag from her that looked like he was trying to attack her.
Yeah.
She did that strategically like a day before she was about to drop a song, right? So like she does these things for promo, but you know, like I just think she's sketchy, man. You know, that's just it. You know, but yeah, if she changed her life, you know, I'm for her. You know,
Do you think she's an adjustable 6?
yo,
Yes.
I think she's bad as fuck though.
Not
So
an
yeah, come on now, yeah. Nah, she's bad as shit.
No, he talking about
This
Sagittarius. Shorty.
bitch.
Her?
Is she an adjustable 6? You remember when Kevin Samuel said that about Sweetie?
Yeah, and and that was a wild time, right?
That was wild.
Yeah.
If she's a 6, I feel bad for every other woman on
That
earth.
bitch a 2.
That's setting the bar a little
If
too high, man.
that.
Well,
That bitch a -2.
So
Her?
Yeah,
Oh, you're not talking about Sweetie.
Oh no.
I miss the simpler times. I miss when Sweetie was like standing on top of her car, just doing the spot 'em got 'em challenge. Remember?
and doing that and fucking eating.
That shit came and went so fast.
Putting ranch dressing on her spaghetti and disgusting concoctions. Like,
She's good
She
for
was known as a
content,
wifey?
not for music.
But do you think that her and her stupid like food obsessions? Do you think that's real, or you think that that's made
that's
up?
definitely
For,
it's real, and
I know bitches like that.
that's super hood, and you feel me, and also I know, even though there's my favorite people in the world and they have some of the best food, I have a lot of Filipino homies that have
you like that?
crazy food concoctions, and she is part Pinoy.
hey, look at this.
she's half Asian, right?
Yeah, Filipino.
This sounds like something that we would have something to say about, right? And also, shout out to Honey Hip Hop for just having this video player in the corner that you can't get rid of. It makes me want to chop my fucking dick off. Styles P argues that 21 Savage isn't a lyricist. Style, let's get into it. Oh, he went on Math Hoffa's. This is where everybody goes to talk shit these days.
Yeah,
you can't hate the young fellas for being stupid, Style said on My Expert Opinion. If they saying illogical shit, that's our fault. Those that came before him, now we got to pull back and see where do we fuck up. I like 21 Savage, Styles declared. I don't love him. I like him a lot. Don't love him. I like him a lot. It probably sounded a lot better when he said it. Yeah. The shit he says tickles me pink, and I'm like, I can't believe this said that. It's dope. I fucks with him. However, Styles switched things up with a passionate delivery. You not a lyricist.
Nigga.
F all that. Drake's supposed to tell this.
Nigga.
Chill. That's Nasir. That's Nasir Jones. My
Nigga.
You are talented. You are dope. You're fucking fly. Your flavor. You mean a lot to the culture. You are important. You ain't one of them. You ain't a 3-point shooter from deep. Nas is. How we feel about this?
I mean, from a lyrical perspective,
Yeah, right. And also too, it's like he's having two different conversations, right? And he's saying on one hand, like dudes like Nas and Drake, they're in their own realm, and 21 don't belong in that realm. I agree, right? Like he's definitely not in the realm of a Nas or Drake. But then to say like he's not a lyricist, like how do we define what a lyricist is? Like what's the threshold, right? Because 21 Savage is definitely lyrical. Like we listen to him, to
Is
hear
he
him
though?
rap.
Like, okay.
he's lyrical trap.
Do we have we expanded the definition of lyrical
Yes.
so much to include 21 Savage? Because I'm going to be real with you. I love 21 Savage's music. I think he's great.
But I can't call him lyrical.
Lyrical? I mean, like, if you're really familiar with all of the history of rap music, it's kind of tough to say that he's lyrical on the full spectrum, right?
Is Blueface lyrical?
Not so much, but I would.
See, I disagree.
But
right?
he's maybe a little bit more inventive with flows or something.
Like,
I
he's
would
not
say
lyrical.
No,
at times.
no, not in any degree.
Wait, pause. Blueface and lyrical?
No.
Flacco.
We listen to like two different music.
Why
then,
you
bro.
gotta
got,
always try
like-
to stir shit up with Suspect here?
Flacco's
What?
got
No.
No, so hold on a second. Hold on a second. Literally, it's like my life's obsession to study this. So
Sure.
Blueface does have punchlines.
Yeah.
And
He
like
got
for,
mad
for
punchlines.
his genre, he does the job. But when you're comparing him to the elite lyricists of the game, neither one of those dudes are in the conversation. The dude who made this statement, Styles P, is incredible lyricist. So if that's his opinion, he has every right to
What's
speak
the
it.
threshold? So, like, are we saying, listen, if you can't rap like Jay Electronica and Styles P, you're not lyricist? Oh, yeah, then nobody is, right? So, like, what's the threshold? Like where does
Don't say that. There's
right?
a lot of people.
No, if you study the art of lyricism, if you utilize devices such as polysyllabic rhyme schemes, punchlines, metaphors, simile, alliteration, if you're using the tools that define you as a lyricist, then you're lyrical.
All right,
I've seen. Sorry, go ahead.
Flacco, let me hop in the time machine real quick here,
Sure.
and I'm going to go back to like 2015, 2016 when I first became a 21 Savage fan. And if you had asked me, why do you like 21 Savage so much? I would have said something like, man, I just love the fact that he's just so like his raps are so simple and raw, and he doesn't give a shit about being lyrical. He's just like, you know, really just put that shit out there, which that's his appeal. His appeal is literally that, like, and granted, his music has changed and he's developed a lot as an artist over the years, but like, why does Drake bring him in on a project? Is because Drake can rap technical. Drake is a good rapper. He likes 21 because he's like a simple, straight to the point street rapper that makes everything he fucking touches sound hard as nails.
Realism, stark imagery, authenticity. These are the reasons why we listen to 21 Savage. It has nothing to do with his technical ability. Now, I think he's a fire ass rapper. He's a great rapper, but that is not a testament to his lyrical ability
at all. But
you know what I mean?
I've seen 21 Savage give us like double entendres, give us metaphors and simile, right? Like, bro, like
very, very, very few.
Very vaguely.
Very
Your
few.
misconception
It's
is
not
because
really
if you
his
have a
thing.
couple punchlines that you're somehow lyrical. That doesn't equal lyrical because a nigga got a couple punchlines and a little similes and he rhymed the same thing
I got
4
1,
times.
2, 3, 4, 5,
there
6,
has
7,
to be like
8
a threshold,
turds in my
right? For what we
toilet bowl.
consider.
Wait, but what's a lyrical 21 Savage song? We'll pull up the lyrics and we can get into like how lyrical.
I'll tell you his most lyrical song.
Yeah.
It's from his first tape. It's called Skirt Skirt.
Oh, I love that shit.
Yeah, and it's because of exactly what I said. His stark imagery and vivid realism. To me, like a great couplet that defines 21 Savage as an artist is when he said, "Auntie hit the dope, said it made her fucking jaw lock."
Right.
Stray bullets hitting kids when they playing hopscotch.
Right. He's
that's-
painting the picture, but it's not like lyrical.
No,
right? Yeah.
that's. But that's
lyrical
not
means like technical in terms of how he puts his words together, right?
Right.
That's like compare that to you feel me, like visualizing the realism, my life in actuality, fucking, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Come on, bro.
The real question is
Like,
why this is even a conversation.
But so damn near-
because I feel like Styles P, like I understand that he feels that way, but it's like the conversation was never about if Nas was a lyricist or not, or if 21 was a lyricist. It was just 21 saying that Nas isn't hot right now or isn't relevant right now, right? So I feel like, yeah, maybe Styles said that in the context of this conversation, but that's not really something that was ever up for debate, right?
Yeah, right. So I guess like Styles' whole thing was, yo, like Drake should have told him like a 21 isn't even qualified to say those things about Nas, meaning like he can't even like talk about a rapper like Nas. That was his like whole thing, but still, bro, like that wasn't a conversation.
The whole thing with it is just that like the hip hop news cycle is so thirsty for shit to talk about that 21 like barely dissed Nas at all. Like said this one tiny little thing, and look at how much fucking mileage every different show has gotten out of it. Us included, we're guilty of it right now. But we all know that 21 wasn't intending to diss Nas. The fact that they actually did that song together is good proof that, you know, they're on good terms and everything. So I don't know. We should definitely listen to that Nas and 21 song on the next stream that we're about to be doing, where we're gonna actually just go back and forth and just listen to new music. We're all just gonna play shit that we like, and we're gonna do that on twitch.tv/nojumper. We got the URL, right, Yuri?
Oh yes. Wait, hold on.
Everybody is so prepared today. I love this. Yeah. Anyway, the No Jumper Twitch. What section are we gonna stream in? Just chatting?
Probably right. Yeah, just chatting. I'm
I want to go head to head with Amaranth.
I'm still trying to wrap my
Listening
head
to music.
around Blueface
No.
being lyrical.
Nah, bro.
Like,
The fuck are we doing,
Bro,
here?
like we've seen, bro, hold up
do
now, bro.
that.
Like we've seen Blueface give us some shit that we stop and say, damn, bro.
Yeah,
hold up now, bro.
you know
Like,
what his best
hold
bar
up now,
ever?
bro. Like,
I'll
feel me?
tell you
Yeah,
his
come on
best
now.
bar ever.
He's for sure lyrical.
Had to kick my own blood out. Must have forgot I was a Crip. He said shit like that. You feel
And that
me?
don't mean you lyrical just because you got a couple fucking metaphors and similes.
Clean
dog.
little punches. I give
Bro.
it to you.
Yeah, like a punchline don't equal lyrical.
A blood punchline doesn't do it these days.
But the reason why that line was tight,
But that was fire,
is
though.
because he
The links
had
in
to
the
kick,
twitch.tv/nojumper. We're gonna be on there in like 15 minutes. Sorry.
It was right after he kicked his mom out of the crib. So and then he
Yeah,
had
so
a
that
song
was
like
fire.
a few days later. Had to kick my own blood out. Must have forgot I was a Crip. But
You know, I've been face to face with a lot of people over the years who ended up going on to become big stars, and I'm going to admit I didn't see it with Krishan Rock. I did not expect her to have the arc that she's currently experiencing.
didn't she get mad at you or some shit?
Yeah, the first thing that she
Yeah.
said when we walked into the house, oh my God, it's on our channel. We could just watch it. Let's just review what this was like this beautiful day. Oh boy. No Jumper Blueface Vlog.
Now, what I will defend is the Blueface flow that people hate on because California.
He got bars though.
Because we know where that flows from.
Yeah.
Hey, question
That's
is
sugar.
Blueface is he better now than he was before? Like when he came out,
Is
when he
it-
came
is it
out was when he was
rapping-wise?
doing all the freaky shit rapping wise, you know, and then like now it feels like he raps
Yes.
more like a normal rapper.
He
right?
has
Yeah.
improved. However, I'll say he hasn't made a record that's been as compelling to me as Bleed Him. You feel me?
And
That's
who
my
does
favorite.
Bleed It sound like?
Somebody sitting next to me.
Headed up in the Allegedly. Blueface mansion
Sounds
right
like
now.
I
That's where
wrote
you got all
Bleed
these
It,
girls
allegedly.
every day. Watch Seen on this. the story. The famous Crip himself.
Welcome.
You can't hear a thing. Excuse
They
me.
don't even know we're coming.
AD was active back then, huh?
AD almost got in a fight outside Blueface's house. Ooh, Snow. I miss her. Look at Krishan right here. What's poppin'? This is how we got tapped in. This is the snowflake of the group.
That's me.
Where's she at? I was trying to get her into porn, dude. If I could get her to sign, we could have done shit. What happened to her? Somebody send me her Instagram.
I'd stab.
I'm Zia, and I guess it's like obvious I'm the only white bitch in this house.
Look at
She mad.
look.
She lost a tooth. Which one? Oh, she's mad.
I go, she mad because she lost a tooth, and then Krishan goes, "Fuck you, bitch!" You can hear her turning up over there, and I remember that like one of the security guys or one of Blueface's homies basically had to be like, "Yo, chill. They're making a video." Like, you know, had to like basically calm her down because she was about to go straight pit bull on me, dude.
Oh,
I love your reaction. Both you and AD. Are
I just start
at
laughing
the
so
bitch.
hard. Yeah, because I didn't realize that. No, she will kill you. Like, she's a violent person. I didn't, you know, I'm just used to like girls not beating you up.
Started yelling at me. This is gonna be tight.
What, they can't hear it at home?
Yo, give me some gloves. I'm gonna box somebody. I want a box.
Let me make an introduction. Everybody, this is Adam.
This is one of the best days of my life.
Shorty looked like she juiced over there. She like, hey.
AD's outfit go hard, dog.
And I got to witness AD exercise extreme self-control. That white chick,
The Wi-Fi connection is the best thing. Keep those away right here.
she tried to give AD a lap dance, and he wasn't having it.
Each and every one of you.
God, this is such a crazy fucking thumbnail, dude. Like, how is this not going to get like 2 million views? People are just going to have to click it.
Bro, it looks like Flakko, and then Flakko put on white face. Like Flakko, like dressed as the bitch in white chicks, like when Marlon Wayans did that.
Flacco was like, no,
He did an interview with himself.
I did not do that.
Am I tweaking?
Yo, look at why is Patrick CC has the fucking cheat code. Look at that. How Blueface ruined his career on purpose. 2.5 million views in a month. That is crazy.
Patrick shit fire.
How did he get this big, dude? Like,
Blueface's music.
He completely switched up his like.
Drink your water.
Yeah, listen.
oh yeah, he used to be kind of like a regular like hip hop uploader, you know,
Yeah.
just sort of like random news and stuff. And then he kind of did what Treplo Ross did, where he just went super in depth making these sorts of videos, but. You know, it's kind of like this is the Sunny V2 model too, where you kind of focus your career on basically like talking about how people fell off and like how their lives suck now.
It kind of sucks. It like it creates this new thing of like people being thirsty for the downfall
Right.
of content. You know what I mean?
He's not as egregiously negative as Sunny V2 though.
No,
'Cause
yeah,
look,
he's not. He's not. That's true. Sunny V2 really like if you are one of the people that Sunny V2 made a video about and you're watching your own video, that's just probably so depressing because he tells you,
Oh, yeah.
Yuri fucked up here and he should have done this and then he got too big headed right
Every
here.
day that you're alive, just be thankful that you're not famous enough for Sunny V2 to make a video about you, right? Because that's how I feel. Like, thank God this motherfucker don't know about me. But
Oh,
he
he for
uses my
sure
videos
do.
all the time, so he definitely does know about me.
He for sure know.
But look, look, this just came out. I didn't even see this one yet. But I didn't even. I didn't watch this. How the Baby Became the Most Hated Rapper Ever. I don't need this negativity in my day. But then I know this fool Boogie 2988. Like he did the podcast back in the day, and he has progressively got more and more annoying on YouTube to the point where I like have considered unfollowing him on Twitter because he's just such a fucking sad sack of shit. Shout out Boogie, I love you. But
I watched that video.
5 million views about why he deserves his failure.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But honestly, dude, Boogie went from like in a year or 2 years span, he went from telling his audience, "Hey guys, I'm good for life, never have to lift a finger for the rest of my life."
But
to,
he lost all his money in crypto, he said.
Yeah, to less than 2 years later saying, "Hey guys, can you help me pay my Tesla off?" Which is like that's a crazy.
That's
jump.
wild.
He probably bought CX coin.
But then,
wild.
okay, this is negative. The stupidest time travelers on TikTok, although it doesn't sound like I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's like hateful, but every Mr. Beast member who got fired and why, I'm not going to lie, I'm immediately interested in that. Same. The dumbest lottery winners of all time. I already watched it. Hilarious.
Yeah, I watched that.
How Planet Fitness became hated by the world. Even a gym can get it. Like, I didn't watch this one, but even a fucking gym can be a victim of the Sunny V2 wrath.
Do you feel like it's kind of the same genre as like Spencer Cornelia, except for he focuses only on scammers?
Well, the YouTuber who thinks Australia doesn't exist.
I watched
I'm
that.
watching
that.
that.
At least I started watching it, and then I was like, this is so stupid that I just can't continue watching
that
it.
for sure.
No, but okay, think about it. Like some YouTubers, like Spencer Cornelia, he's focused on the finance space, right? So he's going to talk about shit going on in the finance space, but he's definitely somebody who's figured out the same thing, that you have to go negative if you want to get people to click. But the thing about Sunny V2 has no like specificity to his content. It's just literally anybody whose life has gone in a negative direction in any way deserves a video, including a gym. It doesn't even have to be a person. It could just be a whole chain. But I mean,
it's like,
I fuck with it.
It's not unique to only people too. I found this new YouTube channel recently called Prim Hood Cinema.
I've been talking about them for years on camera.
That's my boy.
How dare you act like you just found out about them?
I'm sorry.
crazy.
I just
Prim
found out
is
about
my
him like
boy.
a couple days ago.
I
But
talked about him mad times
his
on the
videos
show.
are about how terrible movies are. You know
That's
what I mean?
my
Like,
boy.
it's like,
No, but
me and him got some shit coming out together. Me and him got some content coming.
What the fuck are you gonna do with him?
Me and Prim got some shit.
Look at this though. Yuri is mischaracterizing his content. He doesn't talk about how bad movies are. He just
talks about
He
them.
just summarizes them.
He summarizes
what
them.
happened in Soul Food.
Yeah, he doesn't say how bad they are.
But it's a lot of negativity. He says like how
You know, Martin's scariest episode.
It's not really negative. That's just like kind of like his comedy.
And the shit that I got into it for is because there's all these like movies, like I seen fucking Boys to Hood back in or Boys to Men.
And you probably
Boys
didn't.
to Men. I seen Boys in the Hood back in the day, but I don't want to fucking rewatch the whole movie.
Right.
But I'm down to watch like a 10-minute video to remind me of what happened
I do
because
that
it
all
has
day.
been a long. Like realistically, I probably haven't seen Boys in the Hood in at least like 10 years.
So it's Cliff Notes for movies.
Exactly, it's a fucking brilliant idea.
The
But
Wu Tang one was so funny, bro. His first video about Bill Cosby is hilarious because
Prim's Hood Cinema.
there's an episode of Bill Cosby, whatever that show is called, where he makes like some barbecue sauce that makes people horny, and at the end of the show, he tells his wife like, "I put something secret in the sauce that'll make everyone happy and all want to hug and stuff like that." It was kind of creepy.
Premonition.
What about
You're a hood
oh yeah,
all-star.
man. I wish we weren't on YouTube so I could actually just watch this. But you remember when Stefan Urkel used to be able to just like go, or Urkel used to be able to go into the fucking machine
The
and
little
become
chamber.
Stefan
Stefan.
Urkel?
Now the question is, when you was younger, who was you trying to smash more, Laura,
Lisa.
or Myra?
Which one's Myra?
The little
That was
light
his-
skinned girl.
That was his girlfriend.
That was the light-skinned one.
R.I.P. to her, by the way. The actress actually. passed
Myra?
away. Yeah.
Yeah, she was fired.
Hold on,
Hella fire.
it's been too long.
She was fired.
You don't remember Shorty?
Wow, she was bad, but I barely fucking remember her.
Little light skinned John. She was bad.
Look at that. This is America right here, bro.
Man, I used to watch this shit every morning to get dressed going to school. It used to be Family Matters, like Home Improvement. You're like 5:30, 6 a.m. slot.
You
getting
ever
dressed for
like?
school.
You ever worry about him beating your ass?
Eddie Winslow.
He was a big motherfucker.
He was big.
Hey,
Bro,
Walt.
he's gay now.
Everybody, the
He's
dad
fucking-
was
yeah,
gay too.
It's Reginald Vell Johnson's gay.
What is it with acting and being gay?
Man. Dun, dun,
Hey,
dun,
but
dun.
you know,
Oh, yeah,
I know my boy Waldo's not gay, bro. He dumb as hell, but he not gay.
Oh, this was Waldo, right?
Waldo,
Yes.
Geraldo, Faldo.
Yeah.
Dude,
Come
why
on.
is Waldo just such an L of a name? Because you're either this dude or you're like a guy wearing a red and white striped sweater getting lost in public.
Imagine getting marked out by a dude named Waldo. Fool.
You gotta
Who-
pop him up.
Who's the other famous people named Waldo? Anybody?
Well, there's the tallest human being of all time. His name is Robert Waldo. That's his last name, though.
Yo, you fuck with Manute Bol?
Yeah, Manute
The
Bol.
black
Lil
ass
Bol.
nigga.
Yo, his son.
That nigga black as night.
Yo, his son is like an amazing
Bol
basketball
Bol,
player.
yeah,
Bol
Bol
Bol.
Bol.
Bro,
I'd be
Bobo
mad
that
as
nigga,
fuck if
man.
my first name was my
Bol
last
Bol's
name.
way rawer than Manute Bol.
Bro, Bobo is 7'2", got handles like freaking Kyrie Irving, can
How
shoot
is
like
this a
KD.
real photo?
Oh man, he's crazy.
Isn't that
Muggsy?
Yeah, Muggsy
Muggsy
Bogues.
Bogues?
Yeah, that's
How much do I have
Muggs.
to zoom in to get it all on one screen?
Because Muggsy Bogues is like 5'4", 5'2".
No, he's like 5'2". Yeah.
Muggsy Bogues 5'2".
I'm sorry. How are those legs real? Like this doesn't look real.
It
right?
is. It is. His son's in the NBA right now, bro.
Yeah,
Look him
7'2".
up. Bobo.
Yeah.
Why do I think about Manute Bol all the time? Why does he just come to mind?
I have a few theories, but never.
Pause.
No, because Big L had him a new bowl line.
My money taller than my new bowl. Yeah.
I knew you would get it before I could think of it. Yeah.
Bro, how do you just remember all these lines off the top?
Bro, he is
Because we actually listen to rap. We don't just sit around and watch Ice Poseidon.
Yeah.
I listened to hella Big L, and I didn't.
But you
know
don't
who
pay
my new
attention.
goal was.
It's just background music.
But Big L is beyond listening to. Big L is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
And something that I was talking to Trevor and them earlier. I want to start doing like Trap Lore Ross-esque, just mini docs, not like deep dives, but just mini docs and educating people on No Jumper about these legends that a lot of these kids that watch the channel
I would love
might
to
not
see
be aware
Lush.
of.
You should do a Lush arc where you just become a YouTuber who writes these insanely in-depth videos about people because it is such a thing, dude.
Yeah, and people don't know about Big L, and like I know a lot of people do, but this generation, like his prevailing influence is super lost. And that's the thing. If you knew like these like pimp ass G ass fools from back in the day that were running around the streets of Harlem like Big L, that rap their motherfucking ass off.
The question is would you be able to make positive YouTube videos where you were just like the life of Big L and not make it like how Big L eventually fell off?
No, he got murdered when he
I
was,
know, but
yeah.
I'm saying like Sunny V2 always has to like frame it in a negative way. Do you like?
Or something like that.
Well, we could talk,
But he didn't even get killed in an interesting way. He got killed by accident because they thought it was somebody
I thought it
else.
was purposeful because they're trying to get back.
Yeah.
Oh, his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
But you know what's funny is I posted like hella little things on Instagram with like Big L music or like Project Pat singles, you know, from his own albums.
Amazing.
And people are always like, what song is that? Who is that? I'm like constantly surprised. I'm like, bro, people really don't know these even 90s rappers. You know what I mean? Like early 2000s sometimes.
And see, that's the thing that I thought we were going to be, when you said we're going to do this music stream, like I had to pivot like 30 minutes ago before I got here because I thought we were going to be just playing classic shit. And I was going to be playing people back in the day, hard ass songs that they never heard before. But now, now I'm just going to run my 2022 list because you feel me? But
I'm saying we could go old school, we could go new school, whatever we want, but that's what we're doing. Everybody's going to take a quick piss break. And then we're going to be back on twitch.tv/NoJumper for the first time ever, maybe. I mean, we did it back in the day, but for the first time in a very, very long time, we're going to be on Twitch listening to music, but not your music. Listening to the music we like.
Yeah. Don't send us shit.
See you there.
I saw some video
I think
come
I'm
out
going to Jack in
recently.
the Box around the corner.